souhait et tout le monde qui a pris masse, j'y joue tout ça dingue. C'est pitié ça la capa jamais mort. Ti pitié là nous les bébés, bon Dieu va nous toutes ces bagailles ça là pour plaisir qu'on nous et à nous tienne les et à nous tienne les
Well, Anochen Likosa, and we are live already on our social media platform, and my good brother, my good friend, we are ready with 18 viewers on the program, the Lakou program. Just want to say good evening to you, Hatley.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here this Sunday, Cecil, as usual. The Lakou program is getting more and more popular every day, and a lot of people keep telling me how they enjoy the program, and so it means that we're going from strength to strength. We've had quite a few prestigious guests, and of course we're having Charlie, and he's a very popular guy, walking around always dressed in white. But quite a bit has been happening here on the island. In fact, we just had the historic TVET graduation, which is Technical Vocational Educational Training. TVET, is skills training, and we just had over 60 persons receiving the certificates in TVET at the State House. That was good because, if you want to transform your economy, technical and vocational education is a very important aspect of national development. And so we just had that, and I'm asking us for us to go from strength to strength in that field. Also, Cecil, we also had the youth in agricultural program here in Dominica, where we had young people from across the OECS coming to Dominica for agriculture. Well, agriculture, of course, is the mainstay of any economy, especially in small island states. And more so in Dominica, we are trying to transform agriculture into a more lucrative business. Because agriculture is something we cannot run away from it. We can do everything, but the land is critical and agriculture is important.
And many times people tend to think that agriculture is just monocrop. There are so many different aspects of agriculture that we can speak about. Fisheries in agriculture is a great area that we can speak about, And the land, as you rightly said,
right,
that we can definitely speak
Well, one
about.
of the things we know we're talking about now is aquaculture.
Water,
where agriculture requires fishing, and that's important not only in the sea, but also you can have your ponds, with your tilapia and other, you raise your prawns and so on to make money, and that's important. So if people only think about the land, but the water also provides you with agriculture. In your backyard garden as well is a very important thing where you can make use of your backyard.
And I realize that even the parliamentary representative for the Rosa Central area has been speaking quite loudly on backyard gardening.
Right.
She has been encouraging mothers, ladies, because she, as a mother, would want to see more women involved in backyard gardening.
And another big thing before we go, beekeeping is another big thing, It's a form of agriculture.
As a matter of fact, right now there's an association that looks at the business of beekeeping.
Right, quite a number of young persons are getting involved in the production of honey. That's another big thing. And of course, the other big thing, which will come later, but that's for further discussion, is the marijuana industry.
Yes, we heard them spoke about it in Parliament
Right.
at the last Parliament last month. And so, yes, you're correct that marijuana for the purpose of medicine will be used in the very near future, some level of scientific
way of really where you have standards, benchmarks in terms of persons just not only just growing the marijuana to smoke. No, it's a marijuana for pharmaceutical use, for medicinal use. So that's a very big thing. One last point before we go to our guests quickly is the issue of the police week. I noticed the police coming up with a week again.
Yes, congratulations to them, and we know that for security and for safety net of
Right.
of any country, you require the police force to be involved in this, and we have been hearing of the police talking about community policing. That's another plus for them.
Well, I don't like to call it, they try to police force, police service, but more or less I see the police as a service to the community, working with the community to transform, society. So it's not a force. People think when you talk about it's a force. It's more or less, for me, a service, something where you work to transform the society, to prevent crime.
Just want to say good evening to the folks already online. Ronald Edwards is watching. Yolan Kepper is watching. Rudy Jr. In St. Martin. Rudy Jr. Joseph is watching. Lisa George is watching. And a number of people actually are already online. Some 29 persons are already online. Before we go to our guests tonight, have you heard of the CXC officials in Dominica? Why in Dominica?
No?
Well, they are here. They are for the very first time after 51 years of CXC existence. They are coming into a country to give the entire regional results, and they have chosen Dominica. They will be on DBS Radio tomorrow, and on Tuesday they will be having this press conference where they will be talking about the results of the region in reference to the CXC.
That's a big thing for us. And not only that, this morning when I walked across, I see what they call a big celebration taking place. Well, not actual celebration. Boats were down there by the Deepwater Harbor area by Mark Boyd. They were having what is known as something was happening where a lot of boats were going, and they were going to stop at different areas.
Yes, it's like a hunt.
Yeah,
I just say that I'm trying to get the name of that.
Poker.
Yeah, I think Reginald Austri was the initiator of this former parliamentary representative for the Cottage constituency was the one who actually came up with that concept.
And Cecil, plenty boats are down there, so quite a number.
It's like hunting,
Yeah, poker hunters.
Poker hunters, yes, and I know that's going to be a big thing.
Next time, me and you going on that, eh?
Yeah, I will be going on that.
We better get
Clinton Ansem is also watching. Goldie Williams is also watching. Randy Turney is also watching in New York. And Kendra Figan is watching, and Derek Rapp Peters is also watching.
And I noticed also quickly that we had the third White Coat celebration down at the medical school, which is former Ross University.
Yes.
I noticed that we have moved the numbers now to 30.
Now 30, yes.
So we seem to be good.
The number is now growing, and give it 2 more years, you'll hear
the numbers
that there'll be 500.
So
in time, the university will kick up, and
that's good.
will bring the kind of results that the people of the North would really want, Ross University did. Some 41 persons actually looking on. Just want to say good evening to our guests, Charlie. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Cecil.
You need to speak up, Charlie.
Good evening, Cecil.
Right, good evening to you, Charlie. I'm excited that you're here. I know that that you are a person that many people are actually excited that you are here with us. And I know, Brain, you grew up knowing Charlie.
Right, I know Charlie, man.
I know Brain.
I know I've bought many culinaries, to use a big word, many of his cakes, his delicacies, from him as a young man, as a middle-aged man, and as an elderly man. And he had some of the finest rough cakes at one time.
Finest rough cakes. Well, Charlie, tell us a little bit about yourself. Many times people see us on the road, they do not know who you are. As I just said to the public, you are AKA Charlie, and your name is, tell us?
Avondale Joseph Prosper.
You heard it from himself. His name is Avondale Joseph Prosper, AKA better known as Charlie. Right. So Charlie, give us a background of who you are, where you came from, your siblings, if you have any alive. Your parents, who they were, let's get a background of Charlie.
Good night, everyone. Glad being on this program tonight. I am. Some people know me as Avan when I was small. Even when I was going to school, I know myself Avan. And I go to school as Avan Prosper. So I really never knew my name, my full name, when I was going to school. So I born in Newton. My mother was Liz Bellot at that time. And I had my brother, my first brother George. Well, as small, my mother moved to Newton and go Castle Comfort. That is where I know myself. From Castle Comfort. Little boy, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, Castle Comfort. It's river, it's bush, and it's just joy.
But before we go there, Charlie, I want to know, because you said to us that your mother's name is Louise Bellot.
Yeah.
And we know that the Bellot originated from Soufrier. Is your mother from Soufrier?
No, my mother is from Massac.
Your mother is from Massac.
My mother is from Massac.
Uh-huh.
We also had Massac as Bellots in Chekol. Chekol was one of the Bellots' property too. By Chekol. So my grandmother is from Massac.
No, Charlie, you said your mother, you gave us the name of your mother, but your father, who was your father?
My father was from Newton. My father was Clive MacDonald Prosper. Lives in Newton, he was a baker. No, that is the only baker I grew up knowing. He have a bakery and he baking for himself. No other bakeries I know never had a owner baking bread. They always had bakers baking for them. But I never used to deal with my father as such. I knew my mother and my father never used to agree on what I don't know. So, like, when I was 5 years, I remember I had to go to school. My mother dressed me up. Well, my brother was going to school already, like Joe. So Joe had to carry me to school. When I reached school the first day, when it was recess time, a fella fight with me. He beat me up.
At the age of 5?
Yeah. He beat me up. I go and call my brother. When my brother come, my brother asked him, what did he do you? He take the answer. I see you hit Mr. One cup, and I see the tip flap from Mr. Mouth. So I say, okay. Bell ring, we go back in school. Recess time, eh? We go back in school. Head teacher said and called my brother. I don't know what happened because I'm in small school and in big school. And for the day that passed, next day me and Mr. turn friend in school. But after that, then nobody never in school. Now, going Rosa Boy School, just down there. When we come in, we have a clique of fellas. We have Blue Beer fellas. We have Citonia fellas. We have Castle Comfort fellas. That is people are working on the estate. That have children that have to go to school, Rosa Boy School. So everybody cling up together and walk down to school without no shoes on your foot, No shoes. When lunchtime, you have to walk back up and get your lunch. If when you reach home, you do our lunch. You just have to settle for what you get. And in them days, we can't be hungry. Because the estate has everything that was required. If it's stammering, it's stammering. If it's avocado, it's avocado. If it's but everything on the estate, man. If it's orange, it's orange. If it's lime, it's lime. Now, when you leave home and go in the garden or get water, what?
Before you go, Charlie, let us understand where was the estate?
Castle Comfort.
In Castle Comfort, where would you, as we speak today, where would you tell us where the estate was? You will say Castle Comfort, but Castle Comfort is a very big place. But tell us where the estate started and where it ended.
All right. You know Seabreeze?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You know that have been that by Seabreeze there?
Yes.
Right. That have been there going straight up to Kowiet. All up to Jodel up there. And to turn around in a certain part of Jodel and come back down. You see where they building the hotel by Media now?
Yes, the hotel of Capitole, right there. Yes.
Right. That is the boundary of the estate.
So basically, you said by Seabreeze, by the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then coming back up, going straight up.
Straight
to
up
Jodel.
To Jodel.
Yes. So some part of Boboa would be part of that estate.
Well, I'm telling you, all that is the estate I'm talking about.
Yes.
So where I check for you there, and it's passing in the end of where's it listening, man?
By Live-a-Deuce area?
Huh?
By Live-a-Deuce area?
That's not by the raving where people used to go and bathe for Obiana.
Hold on, that is the river, my brother.
That's the river.
Live-a-Canawe.
Live-a-Canawe, I say
Live-a-Canawe, man. Give us the name, man. That's the
Live-a-Canawe.
Obia where they bathing
That's what I
people,
was
man.
saying.
I'll yell the joke on that river, man.
You see a lot of man bathe there, woman. We come into that.
So, Khaled, it have a place on the mountain called Khaled. There is a part of Jodel to go back down by to Honey Church. You know Honey Church?
Yes, where the father of Lennox Honey Church lived.
And
Right.
also Eustace Francis.
Right.
Yes, coming down.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
All there. And to come back down to the Wabin to come down by the new hotel there now.
Okay.
Castle Comfort Estate.
Okay.
The owners didn't even know the boundaries. We that know the boundaries.
At the time, who the owners were?
My uncles and them.
The Bellots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever hear about Charlie Bellot.
No, I don't know if.
Yeah, I heard about Charlie Bellot. I was the big man.
You know Miss Book?
Yes.
Miss Book is my aunt.
All right. I didn't know. But you
Miss
come
Book-
from big family, man.
Miss Book is my mother's sister.
You know,
Her husband was the first ever licensed officer in Dominica. Mr. Book.
He was a one-time fireman, Mr.
No, always a police officer.
Police, yeah, Book.
I think he was a big man in the force.
mm-hmm.
He was the first licensed officer I know.
Now, Charlie, you made mention of your brother Joe Hodge.
Yeah.
He is the grandfather of Calvin Hodge,
Yeah.
who is now playing for the West Indies.
He's the father of Calvin Hodge.
He's the father.
Of Calvin Hodge.
No, he's the father of Calvin. Father.
Calvin father, sorry.
Right, Joe. That is Al Hodge. So he's the father of Al Hodge and Al.
I met him today and he was giving me a story about you when I was going to school.
Yeah, we were athletes together. Yes. So you are saying that you Charlie, you are also family to Calvin Hodge.
Yes.
Yes, that's what.
But I am Al uncle.
Yes, you're Al uncle. That's correct.
So, all lazy bum we are talking about then.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So now, Charlie, you're telling us something about the school. Let's continue talking about the school.
No, Rosa Boys School. We had our flower garden. You see where the first house is by the house there?
By Jules.
The house, yeah.
They are right behind us.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first house where Buck was living there.
Yes.
There was that portion there was of a school garden.
Ah, that's behind the school.
Yeah, behind the school. Like straight up to the school.
Yes.
Well, so that was our school garden. And we used to grow things here like woyoyoy. Now, by the bayside, we had a little field of dashin. I don't know if you ever see that dashin. It was a kind of green dashin. They used to call it dashin swamp. Because we take that up by us up there and bring it down and plant it there. Now, under that fort there they used to send any more school here. Lord Bob coming up on Sene, and we have our fishermen here Sene, and they have turns now. Like if Newton Sene this week, Lord Boy will come and Sene next week or whatever.
People who wonder where is Lord Boy. Lord Boy is Pottersville.
Pottersville.
Right. I just want to make people understand that there are some persons who might be listening and not so sure where is Lord Boy. So Lord Boy is Pottersville.
Pottersville.
Yes.
Now, every Newton fellas know every Pottersville man. Every Pottersville man know every Newton man. So we're always in Deba. Always in Deba. But we don't worry.
Charlie, when you say Deba, what kind of Deba that you all were in?
Fighting.
Yes, about what? Fish, girls, territories. What were you all fighting for?
Fish, it could anything that come up, maybe you in tongue and somebody mess around, things start.
All used to do the most fighting during the carnival. The band movie, cock bat and so on, but we reached there.
Don't talk about carnival, man. No. Our first mass playing, it was Cecil Piefield.
Charlie, go into the mic and go into the mic. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
Piefield.
Your first carnival.
First kind of mass we used to play is Piefield. We used to be in costume in Piefield and come out Juve morning with Piefield. But we have our sensei pack up for when we come back up. Now, when if a coba start in tongue between us and them fellas self, now we have two costume. If we go down with the plain one, no one of fight start, we go up and we come back in red and yellow, red and green, and back down in tongue. And so we used to do it. Now when you see carnival come in, you can't have a caucus bag at your home and go and put it outside and dry you. But as you put it to dry, gone. Yes, so now going back to school now, when they send a coolie on the fort, and so we live in school and we go in behind coolie, you know. We go we go and pull net too, you know. First to get all low. Yeah.
Charlie, I want to ask you an important question before we continue the whole fishing thing. You were talking earlier about the estate. I know that Mr. Norris Prevost got a portion of that estate, well, not a portion, a good portion of that estate, which was called Casa Comfort.
And Sheridan
Gegro and Mr. Lab and Mr.
Lavassier, I think.
Lavassier purchased. Would you have any idea as to how that got into the hands of Norris Prevost, Lavassier, and Sheridan Gegro?
Anyhow, those things they come in late. It's not some, no, the whole estate.
Oh, the whole estate?
Yeah.
About the whole estate.
And you know who caused that? Michelle's.
How she caused that?
Huh?
How?
She was the lawyer for the estate. And she played my auntie and them brain and all of them. And sell that for cherries and go on them cheap.
How she played in your auntie and them brain? I don't understand that, Charlie.
Huh?
I don't understand when you say that she played in your aunties and them brain.
But, okay. Cecil, when I come back to Dominica in 1964, October 12, 1964, my father died in 1956. 56? Yeah, 56. And I had an aunt in Trinidad and she came down for the funeral. That's the first time I see my auntie. And yeah, when she was going back, I think I take her address. I remember I took her address. And I have that hide at home. So in that same 56, I think, I don't quite remember. I think in that same 56. We are the only gang in Dominica that used to wear print jersey, Cecil. Our jersey was Tender Brothers. I that print that jersey. That's it. You remember before Swinging Stars get that name? You remember what's the band name?
No, hold on. I know. We will come to that. I think we move a little bit from the estate because I think that
I'm going back to the estate. You coming back? I'll come back with that.
Okay, all right.
We have plenty of time, you know.
Yes. Well, the estate. I know the name of the band was called Swinging Tins.
No, Cecil.
Uh-huh. You remembered?
Just no one.
I saw someone can help us with the name.
What was CD Liman that controversy? What was his name again?
You're talking about Mr. Casimir.
Mr. Casimir. The
Casimir
Casimir brothers.
brothers.
The
Yes.
Casimir brothers.
Right.
The
Casimir Brothers.
Yes.
That was the name of the band before you put it to Swinging Stars. That is the band when you go St. Gerald's Hall, you could learn to dance on that. In St. Gerald's Hall we learn to dance, you know. And when that band playing anywhere, you have to be there. Christmas time in St. Gerald's Hall, or Christmas time in grammar school, and the other one is Coronation
Hall.
Coronation Hall. Fabil and Boboy and them controlling. in them this year. Them that controlling in them dance. And we have our jersey when we come in town. And I could all remember the only dancer in town that could have matched with us is Errol Marco. You remember Errol Marco?
For sure. I know Errol very well.
Boy, Mr. could have danced, you know. Oh, man. Mr. was a masterpiece dancer, boy. I could never forget. So we're going back down to the estate now. When I say Michelle's playing in their brain and sell you for a little bit of money for them, I don't even think they had real paper to buy there. It's some kind of cocoa macaque that went on. Now that same Miss Charles, when I reached back down here in 1964, and I go to her for my fatherland, you know what that lady tell me? My father didn't make a will. So I cannot I can't think for that. When she tell me that, I just get up on a chair, leave office, and I go. I go up straight ministry, and I have to see Mr. Leblanc.
We're going to the mic, Charlie, to speak.
I go up ministry, I have to see Mr. Leblanc. They put me to sit down, I see Mr. Leblanc, I talk to him, I tell him, look this and look that and look that. Mr. Leblanc tell me, go and look for a lawyer. I say, okay, sir. I leave and I go. That time, Francis did just come back to.
That's Eustace Francis.
Yeah. I go to him and I explain to him. And he said, all right, I'll take care of that for you. But yeah, and so I get the land.
Land where you are now in Castle Comfort below.
No, always Castle Comfort.
Okay.
Where I used to be next to my Baba there.
Yes.
So yeah, man, Cecil.
Let me ask you. How did JB Charles, that's the father of Eugenia Charles, got land in the area?
Well, not there alone, Mr. Had, you know. All capital was Mr. Own too, you know. All capital was Mr. Own, you know. And Eugenia had sell that to
You, Money God.
Money God, you know.
But I want to know how did he, JB Charles, got land in Castle Comfort? Because you're talking
not
about
Castle Comfort.
No.
He green with Castle Comfort.
Oh, that's Wall House.
Wall
House. Okay. Yes.
He green with Wall House. A Castle Comfort. But all Palm Grove was JB Charles' son too.
For sure, we'll come to that.
Yeah. Charlie, how many acres of land do you have in that area?
People do well. I really can't. I don't know. I can't tell you.
But that's a lot of land, you cannot tell.
But you didn't see, hello, it's about houses on the island from, you know Egbert Charles. You know Egbert Charles up in the
Fortney, yes.
Right. That land all behind there, that's Castle Comfort, you know. So all of them have houses and things now, you know. All inside where used to be garden inside Castle Comfort. All they have houses now, you know. Now we had oranges. We had grapefruit. We had tangerine on the estate. On the estate had all kind of mangoes you could think of. All kind.
But Charlie, you know, while you're talking about that estate, I really would like to know if your memory can serve you well. Your memory can serve you well. Sorry. I would really like to know, how did your parents got that land?
I wouldn't know about that. I need them with it.
Okay. No. You said that, because I have not gotten the story well in reference to how Eugenia Charles was able to get that land to sell to the guys. Was she the lawyer for the entire family?
That is it, what I'm saying.
So she was the lawyer for the family.
Yeah.
And now, as a boy, at the time, you were in Trinidad when that land was sold?
No.
Okay, so you were in Dominica?
Yeah.
So how did Eugenia Charles able to pass children or pass family members and was able to sell the land to these people?
Well, all my uncles and them died. Like all my uncles died, no uncle to control again. And the ladies and them frivol. The child's better than them.
So
Oh yeah, okay. You see where Evergreen is, you know? You know Evergreen?
Edward Green, are you talking about?
Evergreen.
Oh, Evergreen. Yes, yes,
Evergreen.
yes, yes,
Hotel, yeah.
yes.
That place there was my auntie own, you know. And she sold it to
The Winstons.
the Winstons. That is book. Auntie Tina. That was her portion there.
Let me ask you, the old nice house, wooden house, there's a nice house by Evergreen. That nice wooden house there, was that your family house too? The old house?
Evergreen.
You talk by the Bellot House.
The Bellot house.
Like the Bellot house too.
Yes.
Who
that's
have
the
it
Bellot.
now?
Well, people that controlling now, people. You know people?
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, man. You must know people.
So, Charlie, just hold on a while. Someone wants to speak to us on the telephone. Let's
Yeah.
see what that person has to say. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening, caller.
All what he's saying there, he's a liar.
Wow.
He's a liar. All what he's saying there,
So who are you to say that now?
right?
Who are you to say that? Tell us what you know.
Tell us what you know.
Well, his brother was living in England, and his brother had to call the mother and tell the mother, come for his share. But he had to give the father. So when the brother come, the brother make a build a house in the yard. And he take a loan on the place. And he wasn't paying. So the bank take the place.
Where's that place you're talking about?
Newton.
Where in
Newton.
Newton you're talking about?
By my next to my baba.
Okay.
My baba name was Ursula Michel.
Mm-hmm. What
He
substance?
want to take a loan on the house, on the place.
Uh-huh.
And then the bank wasn't getting the money. The bank sell the house. Sell the place.
I have to tell her your name.
Huh?
What is your name?
What is my name? I don't have a name.
Jean. Jean. You don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say mm-hmm. When I was letting all you stay finished in the yard, you don't know nothing of what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
You want to mash up down my mother, eh? My mother died. Now you walking bend back.
Not,
No, we don't want to go there.
Fucker.
I'm sorry about that caller, but we have to cut you off. You know,
Cut you off.
that's not the place for us to have family feud.
Yeah.
Charlie is giving his side, and
Side
you're
of the
calling
story.
and say that he's not talking the truth, and we don't expect you to be using indecent language
man.
or foul languages to describe what you want to say.
Yes, man.
I think that is not respect among
that's
each
not-
other.
yeah.
You and Charlie apparently knew who you are, or knows who you are. Sorry, Charlie knows who you are, and by virtue of that, he was able to identify you and call name. But I'm just saying that Charlie's giving his side of the story, what he knows. Let's go to the telephone. Good evening to you, caller.
Man, you have a grudge, man.
What's that?
You have a grudge. You have a grudge.
No, we're looking for him on the radio,
We're on
please.
the radio.
Yeah.
What
You
are you
have a
saying?
grudge, man. I'm a troublemaker. She grudged in Charlie because I have a family. That's what she said now.
Oh, okay, then. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we don't want that to be a family feud. We don't want people to call in and to talk about family matters. We want to we want to deal with the matter in a sober way, because what we were talking about was the land, the estate that Charlie's talking about. Charlie wasn't talking about Newton. He didn't speak about Newton yet. He just only said that he had the land by my baba.
Yes.
And we were talking about Newton, how Miss Charles was able to get the land to sell to the family. And
Well,
Charlie
because
gave the story.
she was the solicitor to the land. Yeah, that's what he said, and therefore she used her influence to sell the property to the Gregors and them.
Let's go back to the telephone quickly. Charlie, telephone calls are coming in. Let's hear what you're saying. Good evening to you, caller.
Answer, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good night.
Good night.
I don't know much of the gentleman's history, but I know I've already bought cakes from him on the road. And he mentioned a name to you, Peter.
Yes, he did.
That house where I think the Bellots were, I think Perryman lived there at one time. And then Pippa is a lady name, a woman name called Philippa Leloy. She is married to a guy named Melvin Leloy. So I know them very well. I know both. I know Pippa, Philippa Leloy, and I know the husband. So that is the name he was trying to remember. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, Charlie, you were telling us about Eugenia Charles, former Prime Minister, Dame Eugenia Charles, former Prime Minister of Dominica,
Was the solicitor.
was the solicitor for the family.
For the family, yes.
And you said that she sold that land. Are you aware as to how much the land was sold for?
Well, I don't know. I cannot say exactly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know exactly. But it wasn't much money.
I heard some person said 2 cents a square foot.
And when they sell one house, they must be take out the money.
So now, Charlie, let me ask you. In the process of you growing up as a boy, did your family member or members of your family mention to you about the estate and who would have had rights to the estate?
Never.
So why you think that Eugenia Charles would have done something wrong?
Huh?
So why would you believe that Eugenia Charles would have done something wrong?
But, who else could have done that?
So when the land was sold to Mr. Prevost,
Sheridan,
Mr. Sheridan
and
Gegwa,
Lavassier.
and Mr. Labassier, what was the approach of these men to your family? Because if the land belonged to your family and Eugenia Charles would have sold the land to them.
I don't know how it goes that way, but it's said. Well, who get their share, what it was.
Okay. But you know that children did not get shares.
Do you understand? Because as I tell you, the that piece there, I know. Okay. And
So your brother Joseph Hodge, what role did he himself played while he was alive? What role did he play when that land would have been sold? Do you know?
no, I don't. I didn't finish give you the story about me and Joe. You know.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
When my father died, I think about in 56. My auntie from Trinidad had come down to the funeral. No, and she went back after the funeral. But I had her address. So I think in that same year there, that same thing, Joe get in a trouble. We were coming from cinema, because that night, when we went cinema, it was missing about 2 or 3 fellas from the gang. Like we didn't see them before we go cinema. But when we come up cinema and we going up, we meet 2 of them coming down with a cat. When you reach Newton, you know. So that is Joe, my brother, and a guy we used to call brother. His name was Jones Angol. They had that car pushing going down to Tongue. So when we bounced up there, I said, and I said, where are you going with that? Nobody don't saying. So first thing I do, I jump on the cat. So my brother started to make noise with me and tell me, come out on it, come out on it. I said, well, where are you going there? I come in. He said, you can't come. and he want to fight with me. Eh? When he come, when I the cat and he come, I jumping off, I running wrong. He come back, I jump on it again, he come back, I running wrong. At time, as if I get fed up, it was me and about 3 or 4 guys coming from cinema. So I come, I get off the cat and I say, okay, fellas, let's go. Now all that time we have our t-shirt on us, well printed Tender Brothers. And that's what they have on to on them, So we go home. Next morning when I get up, I used to get up very early in the morning. So I get up and I leave home and I walking down the road to see what I see. But that morning I didn't put on my jersey on me. I had something plain. So when I reach a certain distance, I see the police little jeep in the area. So I wondering, but what police doing in the area so early? So when I reach up to them now, they stop me and asking me if I know so and so living around here. But I know the person, but I tell the police, no sir. But I just by the partner house, So, and they still asking, if I know anybody that was the Tender Brothers Jay-Z. Boy, my heart like boop, boop, boop. I said, no, sir. and I gone down the road with a speed. Because I had 2 partners that live in Lower Down now, Tender Brother Jay-Z. So I run in the yard by them and I call them and say, come. They say, no happen. I say nothing. So I telling them, I don't hear more, there nobody to hear, Telling them, well, that jersey, don't use that for the day. And I go back home. When I reach home, I pick up the jersey, and I go down by the bay with a box of matches and I burn that up.
No, Charlie. Why would you burn up your jersey? What you all got? What you all would do?
A police that's asking me, if I know anybody that wearing Tender Brother jersey.
No, but wearing a jersey doesn't mean nothing much.
Something must happen.
Okay.
And it's police that's asking you that.
No, Charlie. In Newtown, I want to find out how did you all as boys growing up in Newtown dealt with each other in the community, because it looks like as if you all were very strong or had a very good teamwork, but how did you all deal with each other's how would I put it?
That's when we used to live like family.
Okay.
Hello, if your mother have a thing with a lady there and she live in there, you can't run past a lady straight when you pass in, You in trouble, eh?
No, Charlie, I want to know a little bit about Newtown Castle Comfort, in reference to the structure of houses. Were there big houses, small houses? Were there a lot of yards in the area?
Hello. The only... Okay, let me see. Mostly what we had is wooden houses at the time. Yeah. Mostly what we had is wooden houses.
Yeah. Well, most of the houses by the bay, was it by the bay?
It didn't have much houses as such, you know.
But were they by the bay?
Our house still by the bay, yeah.
Because I know quite a number of houses in Newton still by the bay, so I figure out quite...
Newton proper, yeah. Newton proper. It's by the bay on the other side of the road.
On the other side of the road, okay.
Like all by Lakou set on the other side of the road.
And did you all have toilets? Did you all have toilets? Any flushing toilets? What do you all have?
It not flushing toilet at the time. No, it had a toilet in Newton. Yeah.
All right.
You see where Ruben have the bakery there? It had a toilet somewhere in the back by the bay there.
Okay.
What about street lights? What are street lights?
No, okay. You know where we used to call Citonier?
Yes.
Half week.
What?
Half week. We used to call Citonier. Africa then. We used to call Citonier. Or Lale Coco going up there. Because no lights. No street light, no nothing like, you know.
Why would you all call these areas with no lights Africa?
Well, it's like so I don't know, but it's so weird, and it's on the roadside. There were cricket pitches, everything. Sometimes in the road. No, the road wasn't like road now, you know, neither.
Yeah, what was it like? Track?
Macadam.
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 Wow. What, you all used to use bullseye? Any bullseye?
But bullseye, when you go in for crab, you have to get it. When you go in for an whole crab, bullseye you have to use. If the bottle could break, you have to take a piece of lime and put over the head where you put in the piece of bag to burn.
Okay.
Yeah, for it not to blow up.
Charlie, did you all ever have inside the lamps you all use? What you all had? Lamps, candles? What all you burn?
Candles and lamps. And the other little lamp making lamp vierge.
Bon. So people used to have their lamp vierge. Why they had that lamp vierge?
But that could light whole day and whole night, you know. You know how it used to be?
Tell us.
In a little glass, water below, and oil on top it, and how do they call that thing again?
Cotton?
Cotton. Yeah. And you put you had a way doing it, you put to stand up in the oil with like a thing, and you light it. And that will stand burn whole day, whole night. Now, in them days, you know, all in them days there, what drugstore I was in town now? Greens, I think, alone. I remember.
In those early days, Greens, you remember?
Yeah. Did I know the drug? Oh, and
Watty?
and Charles.
Oh, Charles. Charlo.
Charles was by the
By the Hillsborough factory there.
Hillsborough factory, yeah.
No, Charlie. There's these communities of Jodel and Eggleston. How did people get access to these two communities in the early days?
Tracks.
Tracks. Give us give us an idea.
Tracks.
So you say tracks. So you'd pass Fortney to get to Eggleston. You'd pass Fortney. Where would the tracks
In the bush.
start?
In the bush.
Where in the bush? I just don't. I don't want to hear just in the bush.
Where would you all start?
All right. Like to get into Jodel. You see just right. You see me this morning there?
Yes.
That was the first road cut there. Like for a road. Is there 10 church you pass with the little jeep?
So you're talking about by Capitola area.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back road.
That was the first Jodel road like. So it did have a road there, but no concrete. It's not concrete road. It's stone road. Like Macadam Road. So when you reach by Honey Church, when you reach up there by Honey Church, you could do your way up to Jodel.
For the bush.
To the rest of the yard.
So the rest of the area to get to Jodel,
you
have to go through the bush.
You have to make your tracks.
Now that same track, would you use it to get to Eggleston?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. Now, Charlie,
Yeah.
let me ask you a few questions quickly. Who was your principal in Newtown? You remember the man?
My first principal,
Or the woman? You cannot remember?
yes, no.
That's a long time ago, Charlie. So if you can't remember, you can't remember.
I can't remember.
You know what I'm saying?
But you remember your teacher?
The head teacher was Mr. Lawrence.
All right.
The head teacher was Mr. Lawrence in the big school. And in the small school was a lady.
So Charlie, as you try to remember, tell us what the school was like. Sorry, in Newtown. It was called the Rosa Boys School, right? That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was like.
It had a small school and the big school still there standing.
Uh-huh.
Now the small school was in a wooden structure thing.
Uh-huh.
Miss Yankee.
Was the principal for the small school.
Miss Yankee.
Uh-huh.
All right. You still remember any of your friends that you went to school with? Do you know any of them? Are they still there?
Man.
Who was with you in school?
You know, and all they should say, he died some time ago there.
Yes.
He leave us Rosa Boys School, go grammar school and come back and teach us in school, you know.
I still come back.
And another teacher again in that school, Kwame. Kwame was a bright little fella. He was a teacher.
No, let me ask you, Charlie, about the Newtown playing field. It has always been like this, the playing field.
But the only thing we used to play on it is cricket. But not the big fellas play football. Little fellas don't play football. Cricket is to play.
Mm-hmm.
And tactics.
Now, Charlie, you made mention of school. What about church? Was Charlie family attending church?
You cannot miss a Sunday church, man. Only if you're sick. Only if you're sick. You can miss Sunday church.
And where you all went to church? In Newtown or you all went to the big church in Roseau?
Roseau, Cathedral Roseau.
Okay.
In that church in Newtown. When the church, okay, Wisville. Wisville self up there. You know it had a church thing there. They used to call Fatima.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Right, I remember.
Right. They used to make how they call it?
Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage and go there.
Yeah, light candle.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. When it have that, you had to go.
With who you went? Your mother?
Your mother? No. When they take that out and try to be like the Fatima in Newton. Well, at that time, they take me out to the boys' school because they were very bad. And send me to Massac school. So I had to go down Massac school every day and come up every day.
So how did you get to Massac school? Did you walk to Massac or did you take bus?
Did not bus, sir. Do a bus, walk.
So you're walking from Newtown to Massac?
Massac. And it did not much transport, neither. In them days, yeah.
So you mean your parents didn't make you pass Roseau Boys School in Roseau, Chateau School in Roseau?
Hello?
Pass Pottersville and go to Massac School?
Hello.
Yes.
As if I could not go no school in Roseau again then.
You mean you're that bad?
What make you bad? Fight you fighting so, man?
Yeah.
So you mean you pass from Newtown, you pass Roseau Central, you pass Pottersville, you pass Fonkole and go into Massac School? But that's a distance. What time would you leave Roseau to get to Massac?
Huh?
What time would you leave Newtown to get to Massac?
Newton Castle Comfort way.
What time you have to leave Castle Comfort to get to Massac?
Before about 6:40 you have to start leaving, no one walk down. I think it was the second week. Was my second week now? I think either my second or my third week. When I was going down the morning, I see John Stradburn the night. You remember Drumstrad?
Yeah, Drumstrad, yes. So when you're passing down, going down Pottersville by the Savannah there, going down on the road by the Tambourine Tree there, by the Poma DB there, Drumstrad Willie.
Yeah. So I had to waste no time. There burn people inside there going. I pick up about 16 other thing, and I gone.
You go inside there to pick up what? Juice?
Juice, yes. It's burn, you know, it's boiling. It's boiled already, it can't do nothing.
But Charlie, that is weird that your mother would... I know that you said that your mother came from Massac.
Yeah.
All right? And it would be easier to send you to, to make you live in Massac because you would have had family in Massac. Before we go, let's take a telephone call quickly. Good evening to you, caller.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good evening.
Just like the clarification I'm looking for. I went to Newton School myself, but what I'd like to find out is, was it Newton Infant School or was it Roseau Boys School? Because with my knowledge, the school compound had a stone structure, which was the bigger section. That's where the infant used to go, and the bigger section was in wood. We had four classes there: Standard 1A, Standard 1B, Standard 2A, Standard 2B. So somewhere between there and there, I lost it out with the Roseau Boys School.
And what year did you go? What year did you go there?
That was in the 70s, somewhere around in the 70s.
It was a long time. Charlie would have maybe gone there.
I would have left that school already.
Charlie would have gone there in the 50s. All right, I'll ask Charlie. Charlie, you heard the question the gentleman asked.
I ain't say about the big school.
When did you go there? In the 1950s or in the 1960s? When did you go to the Newton School? Was it in the 50s or in the 60s?
Maybe in the 40s. I born 1943, you know.
Oh,
So
so you go in the 40s.
40s into the 50s.
Oh,
Good evening to you, caller.
That's it.
Good evening.
The whole population was boys' school, but they say the big school and the small school, but it was boys' school.
Repeat.
There's no infant
take
school. I myself went there too.
Take your time and take your time.
Take your time, explain
Explain
that.
to us.
When you went to school there, what was there yourself? Because you're old enough.
Yeah, because they had the big school and the small school. Nothing like infant. Boys' school on the whole. And I went there in the 50s.
And who was your principal there at the time?
Riviere.
Mr. Revere. Okay.
And it means that yourself and child will be almost the same
Same
age.
age.
No, sir, you older than me.
Child older than you.
You know about the Lawrence man? I know he lives somewhere in Kennedy's Avenue. Do you remember his first name?
You know, where the financial center is.
Yeah, but what was his first name? The Lawrence man, there with the wooden building now that you see by the financial center. That where he lived.
This Chinese is calling him. I don't know if it's
Yeah, we.
Yes.
Yes.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
I never knew it was.
he was married to the nurse. You
Yes.
know the old building there?
I know. I mean, they had to. Recently, they removed the house there and they built something like a
No. The house is still there. The house that he lived in is upstairs. There's still a car downstairs there, you know.
I remember that house, you know.
Yeah, the house, the old house there where
It was almost
where
like
the girl from.
it's like brownish.
Right.
The upstairs and the downstairs. His wife was a nurse, for sure.
That's right.
I remember his wife was a nurse.
He had 2 sons.
Are you talking closer to the restaurant area in
Yes,
on
yes,
Kill Avenue?
yeah, that old building.
Closer to the restaurant area.
Right.
Yeah. I remember he had a son working at DCP.
One of the sons died recently.
Yes. Oh,
And they still have a car downstairs there.
is it the Hillman?
The Hillman is still there, you know.
That's many years ago.
Yeah, so that man,
Yeah,
short
I remember,
man.
Yeah, I remember that Mr. Lawrence.
He looked like a China man. We used to call him Chinese.
Yeah, that's
And
always,
his wife was a
everybody
nurse.
call him Chinese. So remember his first name would be something. I mean,
Right.
people would have gone to school with Charlie. would remember.
Right. So Charlie went in the 40s there.
As a matter of
that
fact,
was-
someone said to me his name was Albert Lawrence.
Albert Lawrence.
Yes.
Albert Lawrence.
Albert Lawrence.
That's
We as boys, we always have nicknames to people.
Yeah, Chinese.
We call him Chinese. so yes, Charlie, you're talking about that Rosa Boys School. What do you remember about that Rosa Boys School?
Then when Lawrence lived, we had Riviere.
Alright.
We used to call him Riviere Goguen.
Why did you all call him that name?
You all call him Riviere Goguen?
Yeah,
Why?
big boy.
Well, all principals at the time had their name. Okay.
No, Charlie. Looking at the structure today, because the structure is still wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Rosa Boys School. What you can remember of that Rosa Boys School?
But that school there, like, you could not stand up by the road and see no children inside there.
The wall.
From the window, you know. But now I see that passenger, I could see the on the window.
It means that you were very short at the time, Charlie.
No. Listen,
Mhm.
okay, you see them walls there? Them same walls that going down the thing there?
Mm-hmm.
Right now you could just take your hand and climb. When I was going to school, you had to jump to get on that top of that wall there, you know.
I mean, high that was high, so?
Yeah.
No, Charlie. You said that in those days, growing up, there were not so many transports.
It did not. Okay. I want to tell you.
Who are transporting Newton?
No, he's saying he's going to tell us something.
Yeah, tell us.
No, nobody did not transport in Newton in those days. No. Roll. Studebaker long boom boom.
Get to the mic. You're speaking to the mic.
Studebaker long boom boom.
What's that? Studebaker.
A long car. Mr. Roll had that. Mr. Roll and Gwenville. And another little most Lisbon. Cookman used to have it. Cookman from Bellevue. He had a estate in Bellevue. He was my father, good friend. My uncle, good friend. Charlie Bellot, good friend.
Uh-huh. Tell us, continue.
No. That little thing they could only hold about 4 people. And loan. And he just travel only on Fridays and Saturdays. So if you're in the road playing cricket, you don't have to worry about no transport you have to pass. Till then this year. So big match playing on the road.
No transport.
No
Except
transport.
So how people would get to Soufrière, Point Michel
By boat.
by the boat?
Soufrière by boat.
Where would they take the boat?
Soufrière and to Tong.
Where would they take the boat from?
Soufrière.
No, if you're in town, you have to go to Soufrière.
When
Wait.
you have to come from Soufrière on your boat to go back on your boat.
Oh, okay. So where the boat would find itself?
under the port
Buffin.
by Fort Young.
By the post office.
By the ferry terminal. By the post office.
under
The old post office.
The old post office.
By Gary Hotel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when the Cardinal go come down, they used to pull their boat.
Just hold Charlie.
Hold
Let's hear what that
Charlie.
person has to say. Good. Sorry about that caller. You have to call me back.
Charlie, let me ask you a question. While did you ever see the plain land? Did you see the goose land?
The one?
The seaplane. Did you ever see the land?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because when the goose come, it's dead landing. Is the seaplane because there was
Yeah.
no. So you saw that plane land by the under Newtown there. Did you?
Yeah.
So basically, Charlie, what form of transportation would have been tractors? You know, especially I'm having to work on the estates.
Tractors.
Horse.
Tractors. No boy. Cutlass.
Twas then.
Cutlass. You have to use. I don't know. No fears. And then this was fact to dig ground and who and all kind of something. Nothing like tractors and this thing there.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You ever hear about a lady with a pig mouth in Roseau?
A what?
A lady with a pig mouth.
No, I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
No.
That lady was from Portsmouth.
Uh-huh.
That lady had a pig mouth. When I tell you a pig mouth self, you know.
But she worked on the estate.
No, in tongue selling little pigs in a tray.
All right. Very interesting. But Cecil, Charlie.
Huh?
Yeah, in Newtown at the time, what you how many farms they had? No farms, just one big estate.
Farm.
One big estate which was Castle Comfort. Did they have any other estates in that area there? You remember?
Gwenville, like was the estate. It is a mango, it's a volcano, what it have on it too.
Charlie, let me also ask you. You've been around for a very long time. What about getting to the north of Dominica? You from the south. What about getting to the north? But before we do that, let's go to the telephone quickly. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening, caller. Good evening to you, caller. Sorry. Yes, Charlie, tell us how to get to how you all would have gotten to Portsmouth and those areas.
But the first time I go Portsmouth, the very first time I go Portsmouth, I can't remember what it was, eh? But it was, we went on a picnic. But the picnic we going on there now, we had to have food. So the day before the picnic, we plan our thing. When about, it was about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to travel. You remember them probably called Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Right. We go in a place and we collect about 12 of that. And them thing big, eh? No, the 12 of them can hold in one bag, so you have to have 2 bags. And we have that in a place now for when about 7 o'clock for us to move out with it. when that time reach, we take that, we drag that down by the bay. And from Newtown, we drag that up. Right like the canary. And we sit down there and we plumber our 12 thing. Cut belly, everything, set it up, and come back down. All that time about 11 o'clock in the night, we coming back from there, you know, the river. And we go by our partner, and we start to chop up chicken and stew chicken. Frying, no stewing. What boiling. And when it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, we finish stew chicken and do whatever we do in the chicken. Our food cook already, you know. So we have our food, chicken and whatever. So we want bread now. So we have to go in a bakery and look for bread that early morning there. So we know a bakery. We'll get bread, but we could get lettuce there too. So when we reach in the bakery there, bread not ready yet, so we have to wait. So by the time we are waiting, each minute we going down in the yard, passing by the bakery, going down in the yard, we're rooting about 2 head of lettuce. Come up by the road. We go again, bread not ready yet, we go down again, we pull 2 head, but we're taking it in the garden there. For you not to know lettuce come out, you know. So when we had enough lettuce, we pack that and we come for our bed and we go. But 7 o'clock, truck come for us and we go down to Portsmouth. No,
Wait a while, Charlie. Wait a while. When you're in Newtown at that time, you take a truck from wherever in Newtown, and where you're going to pass to go to Portsmouth. You can't pass through Collyho. You can't pass through there. Where you passing?
Rosie side you have to pass at that time, eh? Rosie side the truck passing to go down the branch and go down west to Wesley and all them part there to reach Portsmouth.
All right. So you pass in the long way. You couldn't pass on the coast.
But the narrow road at that time to pass there.
Okay. So
and that side they didn't narrow now.
no, with that truck you're taking, the truck, where the truck coming from? From Roseau, from Maho, from where?
No, from Newton, from Seaton yourself. Because it was a man from Sufui and he was living in Newton. He was living in Seaton here.
Was it a 3-ton truck? Was
a 3 ton. Is a 3 ton or 5 ton?
All right.
I think was a 5 ton, you know. A 5 ton.
So you're taking the transport there at what time? Let's say you're taking it at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And what time would you reach Portsmouth?
But when we reached Portsmouth, it was almost about 11 o'clock that day, you know. Or more, maybe because that time you wasn't checking time, but sun was up here, well up and hot. Now, first time I reached Portsmouth, my RBD there, they did get you, they did the waffles somewhere in front RBD there. When I go on the wharf and I see the water, and that water was looking so nice. So we don't sleep for the night. So the fella saying, boy, we don't sleep with care, babe. I said, don't sleep with care, babe. I take a dive in the water, boy. And I come up. Hey, fellas, come and dive too. Fellas afraid tonight. Yeah, man. And that was the very first time I go Portsmouth. And, yeah, man, we had chicken. We share chicken for everybody that was on the truck. We eat chicken. We come back down with chicken. When we reach back down, it's at a dance in the school, that same Roseau Boys School. We go dance. And when we leave dance, we still have chicken to eat still.
Okay, Charlie, so what I'm going to do now, Charlie, because I get quite a lot of the things that you did while growing up. I want to really come now to Charlie the Kickman. You said that your father was a baker.
Yeah.
He was the only person in Newton at the time who baked for himself.
Yeah.
Other people baked for other people.
Yeah.
Now, where did Charlie found himself learning to bake? Was it his father? Although you said your father and yourself didn't have a very good relationship. Was it your father, or did you learn to bake by someone else?
No. We used to go in all bakeries in Newton. It have about 8 bakeries in Newton, between Newton. The only one I never used to go in is my father's own. Because me and my father wasn't dealing at the time. No, I never, what we used to go and do is to help the baker to bush the bread, pack it, and get our little money, go cinema or whatever. And we finish with that. We never know to roll bread or nothing at all. Even when I leave Dominica and I go, nobody know where I went. I never learned to bake, you know. Not my mother used to bake a little thing at her home and send us and carry it in the bakery to make it for them to cook for her. Yeah. But
just hold on a while, Charlie. Let's say that. Good evening to you, caller.
Yes, good evening. Just following up on Charlie. I don't know, maybe when Charlie was a child, Newton had 8 bakeries. But I, growing up in Newton, always knew Newton had 13 bakeries.
I got to check them for you, please.
I cannot check for you right now. We're checking on Orvin, we're checking on
Yeah, but
Steve.
just call the names and I'll know.
Orvin, do you remember Orvin had a bakery?
Yeah, just call the names and I'll know.
And he used to make sweet drinks.
Who?
And he used to make sweet drinks too.
I'll call the bakeries and I'll call Ovens, yes.
All right. CO, which is now
That's two.
Uh-huh. Wilsona.
That's 3.
John.
That's 4.
I cannot stay long on my phone because I'm in a phone area. My signal
okay.
goes.
All right then, thanks. Yeah. But Charlie, the point is, she said that in her time, because she's something younger than you are. Yes. So in her time there were 13 bakeries. So we're not going to argue that. But in your time there were 8. Tell us the 8 names.
Okay. I started from my point,
Yes.
New Real Shillingford. That is sit on here. That is 1. Wilsona. No, my father. That is 2. Wilsona. That is 3. Foxion. That is 4.
You're thinking, Charlie. Hold on, Charlie. Hold on. Someone's on the telephone. Good evening to you, caller.
Yes, good evening. How are you doing?
Fine.
All right. I'm happy to be listening to Charlie the Baker. But I want to ask Charlie 1 or 2 questions.
Go ahead.
You have been identified, or seem to have been identified, with your signature dressing, all white, as you appear tonight. Is there a reason for that?
Beg pardon?
Is there a reason for you dressing all white?
Like a cricketer, all white.
But I always dress in white.
As he appear on screen tonight. That's how I know him.
I always dress in white. I always dress in white.
The caller wants to know why.
Why are you always in white?
Huh?
Caller wants to know why.
You want to know why I just dress in white?
Yeah, always white.
But
No, I'm
like
no suspicion, Charlie.
I like to be clean.
I'm just curious. That's all. You know, you were never a cricketer, or you were never a tennis player.
I play cricket.
You always seem to have been.
I play cricket for the BS already, you know.
For who?
For the BS, I play cricket for the BS already, you know.
What year was that?
Eh? Ask Curtis.
What year?
Ask Curtis.
Okay. All right. Confirmation. Number 2. I need to know why the Allen community.
What's that?
Your legion from the Allen community. And I know you try to put France out of business. France pastries.
Who's that?
Out of business. France,
you try to put them out of business. You try to knock them out from business with your cakes.
With the tax and pies. Will you ever am successful in that?
Have you ever eaten one of those of mine?
But that's what I'm telling you.
And
every Saturday by you roam the streets of Roseville with your little basket and all white dress, Charlie on the move.
From since I stopped, you ever taste one like that?
No, but I'm asking if you were successful in putting France out of business.
I understand where that call is coming from. Anyway, caller, thanks.
Thanks.
And you have a food question?
Yeah. Is the Mr. Lawrence? Is it the father of Creswell?
Yes.
And the other brother who died recently?
Right.
Yes, correct.
Caller, I thought you would have purchased that.
Yeah.
I thought you would have purchased the vehicle that's still there as an antique. Still there, you know.
That's okay. That's all right. I think that Charlie would be the right person because he seemed to have been a philanthropist to a baker. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yes, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, Charlie, you were speaking of the 8 bakeries that you grew up with?
Yes.
Or are you talking about 8 bakeries that you now know?
No.
What I know I talking about.
Uh-huh.
In your time or now?
In my time, but
Yeah.
it's everything still there. No,
Okay.
it's that one that not there. That one that don't working at all. In between. But I didn't finish, you know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
How much we want?
So you had Howell Shillingford, you had Ivan, you had Maggie, I think, and you were about to mention Foxy, and you were about to mention
Foxy, yeah.
Ruben, yeah.
No, Ruben wasn't there.
Okay.
That didn't have bakery.
Okay.
John Bull. That's 5.
Yes.
The one I talking about, that big grill not there. Not in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ovens. I call ovens already?
No.
No, that's it.
Ovens. CO.
7.
Macking. In High Street.
That's 8.
That is all I know from since I know myself.
Someone said to me that Pawen Siwo had the bakery.
But CO, he said, Suki then, Suki.
Suki, right? The person made mention of Suki. Had the Suki bakery, and used to go to Loubier, Point Michel to sell bread on a bicycle. Then Pawen Siwo brought an Austin pickup, so we can use to go all around. And another person said that I know of Ma Wilsina, Ma John Neville Shillingford.
Newell Shillingford.
The person said Neville.
Newell or
Newell.
Okay.
But maybe Newell the person wanted to put. Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
about father.
Yes. Another person spoke about Ivan, Maggie, CO, Ma John, Shillingford in Citronier, Charlie, Daniel and Ruben. That must be the person must be talking about their time. So yes, Charlie. Before you go, let's go back to the telephone. Charlie, good evening. Sorry about that caller. So Charlie, you remember 8 of the bakeries. Tell us what those bakeries, in terms of the competition, what people favor them for. So Charlie's cake.
Cake coming late, man. Cake.
Okay.
So what all used to... Yeah,
Just hold on, Charlie. Someone's calling. Good evening.
Yes, Cecil, me, Glenda. Charlie was correct. It wasn't 13 bakeries. The number of the bakeries that Charlie's called was the right one.
8.
It's from Newrill to Siwo. All between that line was bakeries. And I hear you asking a competition. There wasn't competition. To me, every bakery was good. And the 10 cents bread and the 5 cents bread. Newrill, he was right. Newrill. From Newrill, you come down to Newrill, you come down to him, his father bakery. After bakery, go to Wilsina to Foxy. Foxy is now, we used to call Mayula Bakery. And then you had Ovens Bakery.
John Bull first, John Bull.
John Bakery, and then Ovens down by the Savannah.
So tell me, you're making mention of the 8 bakeries, but tell me what you would have gone to say by Ovens and purchase, or what you would go by Charlie and purchase.
Okay, Ovens you get Jackery.
Okay, Ovens you get Jackery.
You would go for Charlie Bakery wasn't that big popular, but when Dan got flour, he always had bread. So you get people going there for bread and his cakes. He had a cake and his pies. And then we have Wilson now, who was the Popper's Bakery. Every poor person in Newtown who didn't have, would get even quaity their bread by Wilson. That is the only bakery you could quaity in, because there was the Popper's Bakery who was helping everybody who didn't have, starting on me and my mother. We used to help us. When we don't have lunch, we used to go there for our bread for quaity, because they was kind of related to us too. But most people, even the Prime Minister, you couldn't get Miss Charles to buy her bread nowhere else than Wilson Bakery. My Charles used to chop with Mr. Louis every afternoon and buy her bread there. Come out in the car.
Only 972. The Mazda 972. Short base. The
short base?
silver car. The silver Mazda.
Silver car,
972.
Yes. She used to come out in that car and go and buy her bread by Wilsona every day.
Yes.
Prime Minister or not, that's where we used to see ministers going and get her bread. Okay. So Newton was the popular when nowhere to have flour, nowhere to have bread. Everybody was in Newton buying their bread. Okay, that's what. So we are a legend of bread, and Charlie is one of the legends of the bakery. Even Picky used to bake in nearly every bakery in Newton.
Picky was a baker.
Have a legend. Besides our mecca of football, we have a legend of bread.
Bread.
Even Flop had a bakery in thing up in Fort Baron, where we had the original Jackery, real Jackery from Gunfrog Bakery. Randy Kaiser and them father.
So
they used to bring it down Newton to sell. So we is area of bread.
So when they were talking about the original Jackery man was Jakes.
Gunfrog.
That's not so?
Gunfrog and Randy Kaiser and them father.
So it's not Jakes.
It's not Jakes. Was not the bakery man. The
original.
What do you call Jackery? The Jackery.
Original Jackery come out by Gunfrog.
Not
in 4x1. And they had their outlet in Newton, right by the savannah, on what they call it now, Sesame.
Wasn't Eric's bakery then with the Jackery?
No, not Eric's. The original proper nice mastiff Jackery come out from Gunfrog.
And you can
attest to that.
And you can attest to that.
Trust that statement. I can trust that statement.
All right.
Original best Jackery come out from Gunfrog Bakery. You never get another one like that again in the Dominica.
All right then.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, boy.
Charlie, keep it up, Charlie. Open up your eyes. You can talk. Go ahead. Let me tell you. Give me some excuse. Only Lakou, your Lakou and everywhere else in Newton. Let's go.
I'm going to come to him on that, you know. I'm going to come to him on that for sure. All right. Yeah.
If Charlie can answer, I'll answer for him.
All right then. All right then.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening to you, caller.
Yeah, but Cecil Hector was the son from Jackery, man.
What's that?
Cecil Hector. Well, you
Yeah.
Well, you hear what Newton say.
Jackery in the 50s.
Cecil Hector, you hear what the lady say?
Cecil Hector, yes, opposite boys in there, in Lakou.
He was the first Jackery man? He was the first Jackery man? Look, Charlie laughing.
I know that about bakery there, man.
Yeah.
I know that about bakery there.
Cecil Hector made the first Jackery.
Yeah. That had Jackery in the machine.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That's it.
Yes.
It didn't have a little bakery.
Charlie, hold on a while, Charlie. Good evening.
I said, good evening. Don't forget Mr. Willie used to make some good Jackery.
Wow.
Mr. Willie.
Willie. Let's
copyright. Someone said, so we're looking for the copyright. Someone said Newton. Another person called and said, and someone said, is
the fella down there, his name
Cecil Hector.
Cecil Hector.
I know someone tell Mr. Willie.
Willie. Well, look, competition for you.
Well,
what about Suki? He not in it?
No. You were saying something to us, Charlie?
Yeah. It didn't have a little bakery in Fiddleton.
Yes.
Where I used to bake.
Yes.
That was the first ever Jackery that come out in town. By Laye.
By Laye at the back.
That was the best Jackery you ever find in Roseau.
And how says you don't know that bakery at the back there? At the back there.
Right down Fields Lane.
Yeah, Fields Lane in the corner there. Laye area there.
Laye. I could never forget that there.
That was on Fields Lane?
Yeah, man, in the little corner, man. At the back there's a bakery there.
You remember where Laye used to live?
Yes, Laye used to live on Fields Lane and Kings Lane.
Fields Lane.
And Kings Lane.
Right. Right there.
So in that same building?
Not this building, on
across the road. Across the road,
man.
Where the insurance company used to have their office.
Inside
by Mr. Giro.
Yes. In that area there.
Mr. Giro there.
Inside there. Mm-hmm.
You know that a fella in town we used to call Jackery?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Jacques used to live in that area too. Yeah, so I don't know why they call him Jacques. I feel like
Jackery used to eat like that.
Yeah. Good evening to you, caller.
So that is the guy, no.
What's that?
Really,
You?
Mr. Willie there, yes.
That was that number zero bakery, you know. That was zero bakery, and that was in the 70s. But talking about the 50s. So they can't tell me what I knew.
All right.
Don't forget, I myself born in the 50s, and I know the bakery there. My mother used to go there and buy her bread.
On the same side
Inside
of Helen. Same side of your mother.
But yeah. I born in Finns Lane.
Yeah, on the southern
So
side.
I know that bakery.
I know having a glimpse of that bakery by Mr. Giroux.
Yeah, inside there.
Yeah.
It's not 1970 that
But I
bakery was.
can remember Lai having that bakery. I know Mr. Willie used to be on the other side on King George V Street. But Lai, and I know Lai was where Mr. Willie was before.
Yeah.
But that's information for all of us. Now, Charlie, let's come back to you.
You know Mr. Sydney? Mr. Sydney Bakery?
Where was that?
Huh? By Ballhead there.
On Great George Street. By France.
Sydney Bakery, yes. He's right.
Yeah. My pa, when you know.
Okay. so now, Charlie, let's go back to you. All right?
Yeah.
So you had your bakery. You were doing. Tell us what you were doing. What were you baking?
No. Let me give the. I go start with the baking thing for you now.
Yeah.
Let me, was that firm Eugenia was controlling there?
Boak?
With Cordwell and them.
Yeah, Boak.
Remember the name of that firm?
Is it Boak?
Boak.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown was Patrick and yeah.
Yeah, Boak. Mm-hmm.
When technical center start, when they start technical center, I was working. So I decide, boy, I want a job here. I go up ministry. That time, Austria was labor officer.
Bennett Austria.
Yeah, the one that have your thing right there soon.
Mashi.
He was the labor officer at the time. So I go up to him and I said, I looking for a job. He asked me what I could do. I said, I could do everything, you know. He said, the only thing you have on is carpenter. I said, well, yes, I could hold on to that. So, he give me a card and he tell me go thing up there and that. Like it was let me see, was a Friday, I go there, and when he give me the card, I say, why, I say, as carpenter, I don't want no tools now. I come down, I go up Newton, and I go by a lady, the same lady with the bakery, Marilcina. And I give her my story. She lend me some money. I go downtown. I go by her name. He used to sell watch.
Frampton?
Huh?
Frampton?
Frampton.
Harry Frampton.
I go there, I buy a saw, a hammer, and a tip. Yeah, a saw and a square. A small square, not a big one, a small one. The Saturday morning I go and buy that. And Monday morning I waiting for the truck from to go up there. How do you call there? By the prison up there now.
Stock farm?
Stock farm. Truck come with battery, everybody in truck go up. When truck reach, everybody come out, stand up in line to see what going on. Who's carpenter go there, who is mason go there, who that go there and what not. And when they finish, everybody dispatch for work. Now, me and those two, yeah, it was me and another guy, two carpenters. But the carpenter know what they want. Myself don't know, they say what cut they want, what cut. I don't know nothing about cut. We must cut a post half to join it to the other one to make the length. So I tell them, well, all right. Cut your dove cut still and I'll cut halves. I see measure, he mark, and he said he cut, and I say, well, I cut in my half. When I pass a half for him, he cut the other half and he feed. I hear what's in him and I cut half I cut in my hand. When I feel I cut enough half, I say, well, let me go and try one. Go measure cut, not working. I think that's when I send that aside. Go take other one cut, not working. I say, and I cut some. Now that time, I have a little tin. You remember Wisville? Cecil?
Louisville?
Ah.
Yes.
Flat little tin?
Yes.
So I have that full of marijuana in it. So I live there at carpenter there and I go down in the Gopher boy. And I smoke a thing. And I there one day and I there like I praying. Like I saying in my mind, but if Mr. Caldwell pass and see that I don't have a job, you know, or if Mr. Brown pass and see that I don't have a job, and you know, I relax when I finish smoke my thing, I relax, I come back up. I watch the wood, I watch the fella again, measure, I say, all right. Well, I measure now, and I cut. Measure the other one, and I cut. And I put that fit nice. I say, okay, I there. And there I start.
So now, Charlie, you started. You had to go through a process to actually get into baking.
Yeah.
All right. So I want now to find out what propelled you to stay into baking over that of doing carpentry.
Huh?
What made you want to do big? What made you wanting to be a baker than over that of carpentry?
No, I want money. Like I want money. I have to work for the money, but I have to get something to do to get the money to do the other thing. But anyhow, I worked there for a few months, man. But every day I come in down, Cecil, I have even 1 or 2 nails, in my pocket, or a piece of wood. But I measure something like, if I know my window is 2 feet, I know I looking for a piece with 2 feet. And every afternoon I come in down with 1 piece of wood, but to fit something. Sometimes if it's cement, I take a little bit in a plastic. I ain't taking nothing much. They could tell me go put it back. I put that in my bag and I coming down. Putting that when I reach home.
Yeah, good. Let's go straight now. Let's leave the carpentry business. We get introduction to the carpentry now. We're going into baking now.
Right.
Stay with baking.
So
We're going to go to baking. When did you first start to bake?
So I personally can't bake, So I know a partner who used to bake for like Newell and them and whatnot. He's my friend. So I was explaining him, well, look on that and that and that. It's one thing, yeah, that would work and that. So my little money I collecting that to buy flour. So I get up, I go down by Mary Caram. And I talk to her. Now that time flour is how much now? Flour was $15 a bag. At the time. 15 or 16 or something like that. At the time.
Yeah, what type of flour you buying? Nelson flour?
It was Nelson and Island something.
Island flour, yes.
It was whatever at the time. Island, I can't even remember Island something. And the other one. So the night to work now, whole day I put fire in the oven. The night when we had to bake, the partner telling me the oven can't make bread for the amount of time it stay down. I say, I say, that time that all kind of nonsense Mr. coming and tell me, boy. No, I have little fellas in the bakery with me, I have about 2 or 3 little fellas in the bakery with me. So when Mr. tell me that, I say, you know what? Okay. I go, I open a bag of flour, I pour it in the bag, I get water, salt, yeast, and I start to form flour. I mix that, I put it on the counter. So I have to let it rise a little bit. Now it's rising the other thing. I cannot roll bread. And none of them little fellas, they can't roll bread neither. So I go, but what I could remember is all them fellas used to pull the lapat and thing it and roll it and thing. But I tried all that now and as if it can't work. So I had to thing it back and put it back on the piece. Until that time when I grab, I feel my both one have the same amount. And I start to think the restore distance, I take them and I stick them together. I put them on the balisier and I see it looking alright. Tie it up with the balisier. That time you have to make bread in the two penny and hip near. Two hip knees make a penny. Yeah. They stick together. So when I roll about 10 of them, I see I okay, I can coming up, man. So it was 2 or 3. It was 3 of them I had in the bakery with me at the time. So 2 of them see me how I roll in it, so they decide they know how to do it, they could do it, man. So they come and start pulling thing and roll it and that coming out well. And there I start. Put that on board, rest it on the stand, come back, take another, do another one, rest it on stand, all that time fire lighting inside the oven, white like snow. Myself, I don't know how oven does hot, how oven doesn't hot. Okay, go. When enough thing full, start to rise, I say, well, I go in the oven. Sweep oven, put bread in front of the oven, put it on pallet, and I can't put too much because I don't even know how to throw them down. If I put about 4 and I push it in the oven, I think by the time it was going in with the pallet, it started to cook already. Hot the oven out like that. I don't know nothing about that. So as I say, I drop it down, I pull out the pallet to put 4 more, I have to pull them out because it don't even brown, it's cold. Black already. I went on supper the whole night. Until when about 5 o'clock in the morning. When I push about 4 of them, I raise that down. I pull out the pallet, I put about 4 of them again. I put that down. All that time there, I telling you there, I have about 2 baskets full of bread that burn already, you know. It's just like coal in the basket. So when daybreak, I only get 1 basket of bread. And I contact endless customers, you know, already to bring bread for them in the morning. So the morning I had to go and report to all the customers and tell them what happened to me. So next day now I go and I start to curse Mr. about what tell me and what that happened to me and what. So he decided, well, look, man, tomorrow night you'll come and help me. Then the next night he come, things went on well. And there I kick off.
Basically, Charlie, the oven was too hot.
Too hot.
And did not have that experience yet.
I don't have nothing like that.
Yes. So from there on now, Charlie, you kick off.
I kick off.
You got the technique right, and then you doing your bread. At what point you decided that you're going to do pastries?
At the time I decide, no. Flour start to raise. Flour start to go up. Flour start to go up. So I pass in all bakeries, not the owners, I pass in all owner, bakeries owner, and I talk to them about what are going to happen in time to come. Nobody decide, they don't worry with me, man. So I stopped making the two bread stick up together. I started making one bread for 10 cents. The bread now they selling for 25 cents here. And sell it for 10 cents. Although it started to go good. So I decided, it's better make one bread for 25 cents and call it just less work. Fellas don't agree with that. So I say, okay. I say, you know what? I will go and start to make massive alone. And I'm going to try a pastry. So I decided, well, coconut is the way. Coconut should be the fastest. So I break some coconuts. I grate that. And I look for whatever is going in it and bam bam. And I set that up. And when I finish mixing it and I taste it, I say, okay, it's tasting kind of good. Now when I make the first batch of cake, why is the cake cooking? I hear people coming in the bakery and ask if they are cake. I say, what is that now? I say, you have cake but you don't cook yet. I tell you the center people, and from that, since I'm making cake, people know they take St. All Newton and take the center of the cake baking, you know, Cecil.
So now you decided that you're going to do cakes, but you were not going to just stay in Newtown and sell your cakes.
No, man.
You took the decision that you're going to go on the streets. You got a basket, you went out there, you found yourself with your cakes, your tarts, and so on.
Yeah, man, Cecil, and let me know. When I take the basket and I leave home, time I reach myself under the basket finish, you know. I have to run back up home and pull up the basket again.
No, Charlie, at that time you were selling cakes of
50 cents per one.
50 cents is rough cakes, coconut cakes.
Rough cake and French cake.
And French cake. Yes. And it doesn't matter wherever you would have gone, your cakes would have gone out of.
Hey, I don't know if you ever seen him in Sapak selling cakes?
Yes.
Throwing cakes in the air and money flying down.
Yes.
No, you're into the cake business. No, you're going to. Did you ever go into the meat pie business or the tarts business? What?
Yeah.
Right. So when did you move from the coconut cakes and the
I didn't move up from coconut cakes. If I make in the butter them one time.
Okay.
When I come down, our cakes are pies.
Yeah, pies. All right. Did you ever start selling to business places?
No,
or
no.
You were just doing it for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you stay in that business?
But for a while, I transport and everything, carrying that, I had my own car, you know.
No, Charlie, how far would you have gone selling your cakes?
But all God said I used to go all about until Maho. I used to go and sell me. All Maho, I used to be carrying bread, you know.
On your vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. When I newly get my license, it was coming to Harlem Festival, you know.
Which one? Woodstock? The one that Emmanuel had?
Harlem New Town Festival. 1972 was that festival?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were selling there? You sold there?
Not sold there. I did newly get my license when the other was going to start.
Driver's license?
Yeah.
Or driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, what I do? I fill up the oven with mastiff bread. I pack all bread I have to go and distribute. I pack them in the car ready, you know. I fill up the oven with mastiff. And I have to go and deliver those bread there and to reach my home and come back before the mastiff cook. I reached my home. When I was coming back from my home, under the cliff, I crashed. A 5 ton that caused me to crash, you know. No, I blow in the man from to overtake him. Mr. going on that side, and he coming back in the road.
So you crashed the vehicle, but you have bread in the oven. How did you maneuver that? What did you do?
Hold on. So, when I see Mr. doing that, I say, okay, I take a chance to overtake Mr. Man, and he had some bush on the side of the road on your right, going up, and that, I don't know, this stone hit me, and that car fly in the air like a plane, and go up on the cliff, and tumble back down, and fall back 4 wheels in the air on the road.
You in the vehicle?
I was in the vehicle, but when the vehicle turned
upside down
on the road, I find myself under the long baseline down.
So you're under the truck or under the...
Under the car. It was a long base vehicle. And I watching and I seen the truck stop behind me. And I hear a fella from the truck saying, "Ça quoi cochon t'es supposément."
Wow.
I say in my mind, "What, boy?" And I come out under the car. I wash the car. And people from the truck start coming running towards the car. All that time now, James, police and them living somewhere down Kenpin, and they had to come down to work about that time. So I don't want to let them meet that happen in the road there. So I tell them, people, just give me a help, let me turn it over, let's turn it over, put it back on the wheel for me, please. You know, they help me, I turn it over, I lift up the bonnet. Oil, no oil. When I take the dipstick, I wipe it and put back, no oil. All oil for long already. I go in the car, it start. So I tell the truck, oh, they could go, oh, they could go. After they go, I lift up the bonnet again, I see what that not thing, I close it down, and I go inside the car and I start it. Oh, the top of the car just come down flat. So I had to kind of bend to drive. And you know, I take my time, I drive that down. When I reach by after public works there, in the gas station there, I go inside there, I buy oil, I pour in that, and I carry that up Goodwill by Fuela. So it's a good thing now.
So what's happening? You have bread inside your oven?
No, well, that fella...
what happened to it? Did it burn or you,
No.
or you send a message?
He take them out for me. He take all the bread and them for me. So when I reach it, I give them the story. Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's something I want to ask you in terms of your bread business. Did you make a profit? Did you make money out of it?
Of course.
All right, okay. What did you do with it? Did you invest it in making more bread? Did you buy something else?
Yeah, but I used to be gambling too.
Hang on, wait a while. So from the money you're making from the bread, you gambling?
Yeah.
What you playing? Wappy? What you playing? Dominoes?
Brags, poker.
All right. But you're still saving money for you to do other things?
Yeah. Well, all kind of big, all problem them used to come by me and gambling.
Take your time. That's breaking news.
No, but let's stick onto the baking aspect.
Yes.
You know, let's do the baking aspect. So, Charlie, while you were doing your baking of your cakes and so on, there would have been other people in your area doing baking of cakes and so. How much did you affect their business?
I could make it. Hello. Anything I decide to do is not like bakes and whatever. You can't come and do it. There's no sense taking that side to do it. You can't do it.
Sorry, why are you doing it?
Let me hear what that person have to say on the telephone. Good evening to you, caller.
You know what all the people...
Caller, just lower the volume of your radio, please, or your device. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry about that. Please, when you call and you hear the phone is answered, please do me a favor and lower down the volume of your device. So yes, Charlie, in those days, we heard quite a lot of France. How much do you think that your business affected France?
My one?
Your business, your cake business affected France.
It can't be affected because I don't make it what they make in.
Okay. Let's go to the telephone. Good evening to you, caller.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Father.
How you doing?
I know the voice. Yes.
Okay, I'm Cecil.
Doing great.
Charlie, he made nice coconut cakes. I can say that. Charlie, tell Mr. Adams about you and Chucky. And you and Chucky White. And when they come, they tell me that they're Cecil. I did not so much at Mr. Adams. I remember I was a young child. I remember my dad. My dad had dominoes and things, river bridge. So all of them come in at home.
She was saying about the Cecil.
With my father. Charlie and Chucky. God introduced my father to marijuana.
What happened? Take your time. Give it to us. Give us that story. What happened?
My father go and smoke marijuana with Chucky. With Chucky and that's Laura died.
Your daddy got high.
I just like that kid. Lawrence said Chucky White, Epi Charlie, female marijuana, and them, under the tree there, they laughing at my father. The other day, 2 weeks ago, he passed by my stall. So then I did think, so Charlie, you remember when I was a young girl going to school and you tell me I thought to forget about that. I told him what he did. Charlie was famous for marijuana and Chucky White. Give them this story, Charlie.
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
I'm listening.
Charlie, that happened now?
Yeah.
You had old Lawrence smoking?
Yeah.
he fell under the flamboyant tree or what? What happened to him? He left all his shoes and went by the river there just high and laughing? Did that happen?
No, yeah, that. What's his name? Mr. Lawrence?
Mr. Lawrence, yes.
that was our boy, man.
Okay.
When the Chucky White come down by that river there, under that flood. Hello. We used to sit down there. When we buy our breakfast, if we want plate, it's like, Mr. we going for our plate. And them children, there were small children here. She was telling you about Cecil.
Vado, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
Me and Chucky White, yeah. It was Eric Donaldson. Eric Donaldson was Park Grove in a show in Park Grove, I think.
I remember. Oh yeah, the first time he came down. Yes.
And me and Chucky White go up there smoking our thing. That time nobody didn't know about marijuana in Dominica,
Very interesting. Let me ask you, Charlie. Let's go back to the business of your industry. So you never affected anybody in terms of your business in your Newtown area, no?
No. Because nothing I don't making nothing that they making to sell them.
Oh.
But things I making, they can't make it.
Very interesting. So you never moved away from making cakes and your tarts and so on to any other thing?
No.
You just stuck to your baking business. Where is the oven now? Is it still there? Where you used to-
Hello, I'll give that story. David mashed up that oven, you know. the morning David start, I had finished bake already. I had everything packed up just to come down. But only the pies I didn't pack and put in my basket yet. So I had the pies inside the oven, but in the front of the oven. Like say warm, while rain falling and whatnot. But we was inside the bakery. And breeze started to blow. And we watching those coconut trees up by the school up there, coming down flat down and going back up in the air. So I say, that's not right. That's not the right one. So a certain time when the breeze passing, and I see what the roof doing in the bakery, I say, hey, fellas, because I had a few fellas there with me and in that morning time. I say, fellas, well, you don't see no the roof doing, are you coming out there? So I leave and I go downstairs the house. Because the house itself had a downstairs. Then we had a little bar downstairs there too. So as everybody come out in the bakery and go downstairs, a breeze blanc pass and pick up that roof and send it up in the air. From here it is there. Up in the air, you know, from here it's all standing. And at a certain time just let it go back down.
So what happened? It mashed up the oven then?
It don't mash up the oven. The sea that mash up the oven.
What happened to the sea?
The sea come and rip up all the whole back of the oven.
A big wave that came?
Not big, the sea was just big and big. Not one wave alone.
So after that oven got broken down, you never repaired it? Did you ever repair it?
Yes. That is why it's still just standing alone.
So it's still standing?
Yeah.
Are you still baking in it?
No.
Who baking in it?
Well, I sell it. What the woman was saying earlier on, bank take on media.
So bank take your oven then?
No. I was owing the bank some money. And they wrote me a letter. I had to come and pay such and such time. And I didn't have the money. So I called my neighbor because he was working Domlet. He was working Domlet. So I show him the vibes. No, before that, I go and I ask my brother. I tell my brother what happened and what happened. So he tell me he had to no, I carry him in the bank with me. Sit down and talk to the people and them and whatever they tell me. So he tell me, when we come out, he tell me he had to talk with his wife and whatnot. Next thing, he come out and tell me his wife don't agree. I can't make any fuss, and I don't want bank to sell it on me. So I talk to my neighbor and tell him what happened, and he decide, yeah. So I just let it go for him.
You sold the oven to him?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
didn't show. He paid back the money, so really I sold it back to him.
So he paid the money that you owe in the bank,
Yeah.
and you left him with the oven.
Yeah,
So
The-
what are you doing now? You're not baking anymore?
yeah, I still bakes.
Where you bake?
Hmm?
Where are you baking now?
At my home.
You have an oven at your home now.
Yeah.
What do you bake there?
Well, from tomorrow I go and start some pies and cakes again.
Oh, you're resurrecting again. So as from tomorrow, you'll begin your industry.
No one then I just do a little thing, you know.
And where do you sell it?
In tongue self or in New Tongue. I
Oh.
don't make much.
All right. Very interesting, Cecil. Any? Because he's now going back into the baking business.
I just want to find out from Charlie in reference to he and the Harlem team. What was the kind of a relationship between himself and the Harlem team? I know that he was a big supporter of the Harlem team. During the period that there was football, that Charlie would sell his cakes in Windsor Park. What is the kind of relationship that you had with the Harlem team, Charlie?
Listen, you see football? Okay. You know Superfly?
Oh yes, the famous man ball controller on his head.
Right. I the first man that bring that in New Tongue Savannah, you know.
What's that? Putting your ball on your head?
Yeah.
Okay, I never knew that. I thought it was Superfly.
Superfly was my neighbor. When we go in Savannah, we go in Savannah. And I used to do all that on New Tongue Savannah.
Put ball on your head, roll it on your back,
Yes.
roll it on your stomach, have it on your foot. So Superfly was with you at the time.
Huh?
He was with you.
Well, I tell you, it was my neighbor. Whenever I go in Savannah, he come in. And when I leave and I go and sell, he just take it up. Another one. That's it. That's it.
Listening to you.
Shoe shine. I the first one that bring shoe shine in Dominica. Me and Felix Thomas. In Roseau.
Shining people's shoes for money?
Shining shoes, yeah.
Felix was with you? No, I never knew he was a shoe shine boy.
Yeah, man. It was coming to a holiday, like the Mondays have to be a holiday. And I was home this Saturday morning when I get up. I decided, well, you know what? I want to make a money. I have to try something. I get up, I take 2 pieces of board, I get a hammer and some nails, I nail it up, and I put and it was a holiday time too. Felix Thomas was just going grammar school, yeah. And those was my little guys at the time. I could not miss them. So I take my thing, I leave home and I come down, and they used to live just close to New Rill there. So I go in the yard by them, and we sit down there talking. So I say, "Boy, Felix, let's go and make a money, yeah? This morning to this Saturday." He say, eh? I say, yeah, man. So Felix go inside, he put on his clothes, I wait for him. And we come downtown walking. With my little box in my hand and I have my finger, I have all my things set up already. I have 2 tin of polish. I have a brown and a black. When we reach by Mondays there. By Greens, you know Mondays had a little thing by Greens they're selling sandwiches and whatnot.
So I know that. You used to have that little snack in there.
Right. So when I went in there, is that there was an inspector, no? Yeah, inspector of police was seen down on the thing taking his breakfast. So I come and I watch his boots. And I tell him, officer, you could have a shine, you know. He say, what? I say, a shoe shine for you. I take the box and I put it by him and I then put his foot on that. And I take my brush and I fix something down. And I take my cloth and I polish that for Mr. Man. And when Mr. finish and he see that man, he give me $5. And everybody in there wants a shoe shine me. And there we start to make little dollar one time.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, good evening.
Let me tell you. You see, I know him in Trinidad when Charlie came from Trinidad. And he was that shoe sign thing. And Lauren telling you to put me out of business, man. So I remember him in Roseau doing suicide. And Lauren telling him, please, man, you want to put that. So he wanted to put right out of business. He didn't want to put Lawrence out of business in suicide. And he all about suicide in the police and everybody. But he was good. He shined really good. Okay? All right. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Charlie, I never knew that good man into the business. How long did you stay in that shoe shine? You in cake? No, you in shoe shining business. How long you stay shining shoe?
That was before cake.
Oh, that was before the cakes. All right. But you stayed in it for? Did you stay in it for a very long time, or?
No, because I limited. I went on sale. I tell you again. I went on work as a cook on a ship.
Yeah, very interesting. Cecil?
Yes, Charlie, as we come down to the end of the program tonight, give us your perspective of tonight. Tell us how you felt about tonight's program.
Very good, Cecil, very good.
And that in reference to the program, would you recommend another person to come to the program?
Whoever will.
Okay, all right then. Give us your last words, Charlie.
Well, good night, everybody. Glad to hear me on the radio tonight, whoever I talk to. And look out for the cakes tomorrow.
You're back on the business of cakes. Before you go, someone wants to say a last word to you. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. And how are you?
Ça va bien et toi?
Ça va bien. Toi, ça qu'a fait, madame?
Ça va moins bien ou-même?
Ah, moi bien.
Eh bien, mon côté, je bien là. Mais moi, là, quand côté d'autres, depuis les mots, d'autres commencé là, mais ça qui m'a fait marcher, il m'a cat à him staying. When he put the shoe in the policeman, the foot, that $5 they gave, at that time, $5 was plenty. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's you're right. It was a lot of money at that time.
But here's because now you have $5, not nothing, and you tell me you sell this shoe for $5. Okay, and then after you sell it for the officer, now you continue selling the shoes?
Naturally, because
Naturally, it's a business. Shoe shining.
You continue, but okay. I see he's a businessman because look how now he's saying he's going to try to bake and to sell his little cake again.
He'll be out tomorrow.
He'll be out tomorrow. That's good.
Charlie, how old are you?
That's good.
81.
Me?
81. Not you, no, Charlie.
How old are you, Charlie?
81.
You're 81, man. But you look like
81 years and he baking?
The man is 81 years, he's still baking. And he all in white too, eh?
What? He's a strong man. Courage. Continue. Because it are people that 81 and they like in one place. And he going everywhere. He baking, doing all his business.
And he's still...
I hear him talk there tonight, yeah? So.
And he's still a hot boy, you know, Charlie.
He's a hot boy. Okay.
At 81.
So I hear him. So it's the wind that bring up the whatever in the air.
Charlie, don't answer the lady, no, please.
Well, I like when you shall say to you not is here, telling the man what happened, if it's the wave that take it or whatever. So, anyway, good continuation and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yon se jwa mwen le ouvine a sou program la ou sa?
Yon se jwa le ouvine a sou program la, ebe nou mwen vini,
Ou ke vini? Ok.
Et mon yon cheksyon ba avant ou vini?
Non, avant mi se made ou cheksyon, ki jou ou sa vini bon mwen pou nou pale, pou sav ki jou sa vini, ki datou, ki dimanche ou sa vini.
Mwen pa kwa sav, mwen ke ki nou.
Ou ka vini ou zo simen sa?
Moke oui.
Ok, so de ou vini ou zo vini check moi.
Ba mwen di ou sa, ou se yon se fam la tika di pousse pou yon, pousse pou de, pousse pou toi, non?
Non.
Si moi c'est un qui fait
Non, il pas ça. Non, c'est un Christian. Moi, ça, c'est un Christian depuis tellement jeune.
Moi, je vais répondre. Là où vient, moi, je vais ou chection ça.
D'accord. So, on fait, on peut parler français, on peut parler créole, on peut parler anglais, ça bon, eh bien, en bonne soirée, tout le monde, là.
Merci.
Ok, bye bye. Moi, la kakouti.
Bonne nuit.
Ok, bonne nuit, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Charlie, your final?
Yes. So tell me, Brain, what you made of Charlie tonight?
Oh, he was good. Quite a man of 81 years, looking young, dressed up like Gary Sobers, all in white, you know. You look like Barry White, man. Anyway, it was a pleasure having you, Charlie.
Thank you.
The same here, Charlie. It was a pleasure having you. I think I enjoyed the program with you tonight. I like the fact that you were able to talk about the estate and how you raised in Newtown, and we culminate with speaking about your baking skills.
Right.
And I really want to say thank you to you for what you have been able to do for your community of Newtown. And I want to wish you well. As you said, you're going to be back on it tomorrow. I want to wish you well. So that's where we come to the end of another program of Lakou, and we will chit chat in a while.
Of course, we were talking about Charlie, and to see an 81-year-old man, you know, in terms of the pastries, looking so good still. Mm-hmm. But very interesting, you know, Cecil. Not many young boys are going into that field of baking. Making cakes,
eh?
And
Baking is hard work, eh? You have to discipline yourself. One, you have to have a skill, and you have to have the skill, the ability, the courage. You know, you got to be strong in your mind.
Right.
You know?
I noticed there's a new kind of baking. Before you had the fellas would just put it on the board or something, but now they have a tin. You notice when I go by boy there, I notice they have a tin pushing into the oven and pulling it out. And now I notice that some people are using electrical ovens.
You're good at that. I don't know much about those things.
Yeah. And what I find in the old days when people were baking, they used to make the dough. Yes. What is the dough? You ever heard that? Yeah. It's a large thing.
Yeah. Well, honestly, baking is not something Honestly, baking is something that I take seriously. I mean, I love bread, and I love the fact that people have the skill to provide the bread for me, and I leave it that way. Everyone cannot do.
Right.
No one can do everything.
But if you have an oven, Cecil, no, and then you can try your hands at baking a cake or baking a bread.
Well, I know growing up as a boy, my adopted father.
Oh, Hayden was a master man.
No, I talk about my adopted father.
Your father too?
Yeah, I don't know about my father because I never lived with my father.
Yeah, but he was a baker too.
I don't know if he could bake.
He could bake.
Right, you're saying that to me. But I know that my adopted father, Philip Mann, was a good baker. He baked every Saturday night, pans of bread for us for the week, and it would have lasted the week. And I can speak of that part of it. So yes, putting yeast in some flour and
right,
mix it
and kneading
and allow it to rise with some lukewarm water.
Yeah.
And then put your ingredients with the flour. Yes, that I can do.
Okay.
That's home. You call that
homegrown,
homemade bread.
That's right.
Yeah, I can do that. But to go beyond that commercial,
you're not venturing into.
I won't ever think of venturing.
But I find the young boys, in fact, talking about baking. By me, had a baker by the name of Jericho.
Yes, I remember Jericho. Jericho used to have a phony bread, man. Very nice.
Right at the back there.
It was phony, but nice.
Very funny
it was
bread.
like everybody rolled their bread in a particular way, and Jericho had his own different.
He had his technique.
Yeah, but it was a real nice bread. So I used to go try to get that bread every Saturday.
Right.
It just been done on a Saturday.
And the only bakery I know, for instance, in the Portersville area, that's not advertising him, is Boydie. I know you normally used to stop there and get a bread. You know Boydie Bakery?
Yes.
Right.
Well, it was Marset.
Right.
It was Marset before.
Marset Bakery.
Yeah, it was called Marset.
But in that area, I only know of Boydie. I know of another guy.
Boydie? Well, Boydie is now in the bakery of Marset.
Yes.
And there's Antonio next to Boydie. You remember there's Anthony,
he makes bread too.
She and Anthony and them, they're making bread right where the Swansea Club is.
They used to make bread there, but there's no longer bakery.
It's no longer there?
No, man.
I didn't know that.
She and them don't make bread anymore in that area.
I didn't realize that. Someone wants to speak to us on the telephone. Good evening. Sorry about that caller. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm evening.
Yes.
You
caller, I would have to really cut you off because I tried to ask you when you called to really.
Right.
Good evening, caller.
So I say that's teacher for good evening.
Good evening to you, teacher.
You have a big bread, no, teach?
But that is what I call you about. So,
yes.
Now, I'm a little bit older than you, so I can tell you a lot
You're
about
a bit older than me?
I can tell you a lot about the oven baking.
Yes. Tell us.
They used to do the thing such a week they call parisé. Right? That is what they used to put the bread on.
Yes.
You have to sweep the oven.
Yes.
Always keep it hot. But nowadays, as Brain said, they're using tin sheets and so on. Right? So I used to sleep in a bakery by margins in Canada. But they got done with that. Because I used to go and help them to roll the bread. That's because you see I'm a teacher today. Like, there are a lot of things. That's why I tell you must bring me on the Lakou.
How was it rolling bread,
I
teacher?
have a plan to bring on the Lakou. Mr. Teacher, I'm looking for soon at that too.
Okay.
How was it rolling bread? How are you used to roll that bread? Teach. How you used to roll that bread?
Okay. As you said, Brain, they make the lapat, right? And they make it when it's raising. They cut it in pieces, in squares, small pieces, and then you roll it on the counter, right? And after you roll it, Brain, you have to wait for it to rise again before you put it in your oven. Because listen to me, if you put it in the oven as you roll it, it can start you wet. You come out hard, so you have to rise again. And I will tell you, as I mentioned, young people don't want it because young people don't want to baking up too much work. And when I was in Antigua, I used to bake for the Lamberts, Eddie and them, and Ian. I used to bake every Saturday, so I know about those things there, right? But our people today, everything, you go by Ruben, you go by Foxy, you get bread. But if you bake, I don't know, but if you bake a local bread,
it is cheaper for you because let's say you use 3 or 4 pounds of flour, you make bread. According to the family, as I say, they have bread for the whole week. You understand? You just put it in a plastic and you put it in the oven, not in the oven, in the fridge, and before they bake, you take it out again. But as you all mentioned, Jen Muncho, the Paris supervisor. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a very interesting thing,
Yeah.
you know. In the skills training, I think baking, well, they call it culinary arts, is an essential part of home economics, you know.
Yeah, right.
Where you have to learn to bake.
Yes.
Not only that, it's a very important thing when you can go at your home as a man or woman and bake your local bread. No, I know, for instance, in the country, when I used to be working in the country, people have their own kind of bread. Cecil, you ever ate the country bread?
Of course. I mean,
Vickers ever had bread?
We had a big. My cousin used to have a bakery. My cousin used to have a bakery. Ba used to have a bakery. There's a bakery in Coton. So I'm Pat. I'm trying to remember Pat's last name, but his grandparents had a bakery there.
How is the bread? Is it different?
All the communities have a different taste. So you go to Marigot, there's a different taste. You go to Portsmouth, has a different taste. Vickers would have and even within the community itself, the bread would have a different taste.
Have you ever eaten the soda bread?
Yes, man. Come on. Good evening.
You get lavada and cookies. Oh, you never see that?
What is that?
And cookies.
Oh, what is that?
A flat bread, flat cell, you feel like an elephant.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called cookies. And when it's called lavada.
Right. Let me quiz Cecil on that one.
Thank you.
But that was in the 60s.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have you ever eaten the jep?
Jep, I know.
The jep bread.
What's jep bread?
Well, you see, you're a child in the game.
What's jep?
Jep is a kind of bread like a roll with different points. It's like like the tip of a woman's breast.
No, I've never seen that bread.
Yeah, man. They call it the jep bread, man. And people in Pottersville used to have that. The jep.
Jep bread. You think is the partner the Jep? You remember the guy they called Jep in Pottersville? It was named after him or what?
No, man. You have to learn about the jep bread.
Good evening, caller.
Good evening, fireman touching base. Good evening to Mr. Joseph and Mr.
Let me phone you, new fireman. You ever ate the jep bread?
My brain him tell I smoking a big crane over it. You know, the same ovens the man talking about there. I spoke by ovens big crane once upon a time in Roseau there. I don't even know that area there. Big belly ovens.
Yeah, I know him.
Naturally, and before all that, no, but you really realize once upon a time a lot of poor people service always making their bread in the big saucepan, and as the brothers say, put your flour to whatsoever. And you know, them times there, you know, my father was around. The one thing I said I could do is kind of walking. My father stood back. But when anyhow, I heard the brother say that the first time he go to Portsmouth, I thought he was saying on a boat he go, but he didn't go on a boat, he go on a truck. So I'm trying to find out now how long it takes from Newtown to Portsmouth, because the Mount Pass you have to pass to reach Portsmouth. I'll find out how long it takes, right? And after that now, I'm trying to find out again now. All them times there, that was what, in the 60s or close to the 70s or past them times?
Well, we do not have him first. So I'm saying to you that in those days, he said he passed in Canefield area.
He passed through Sylvania.
And he left at 7 o'clock.
He left at 7 o'clock and he arrived about 11 o'clock.
They were going on the beach.
4 hours.
Wow. There's like 4 hours, you know? So you know what
and
that is.
all that time England in control of us.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I read to you, my lord. That's why I tell you, my lord. I mean, they're not topic of that, but sometimes it's hard to see now. When certain people want to be in position, I want to tell me that man like a woman to take care rights from you and certain activity in the country. I have a problem with that. But Mr. Joseph, now I present for you. Right now, I know Chairman Greenbaum passed away. For me personally, to get a state federal. Now, what is the problem with talking point now?
Well, to be quite honest, if you reference talking point, the program director is the one who is actually responsible for the programming. She's on vacation at this time. I am going to do my best to work together with the acting program director to see how best we will bring it the open line. Because when you talk about talking point, you're talking about the open line. But tomorrow we'll also be having talking point because the Ministry of Education will be on talking point tomorrow.
Right, we need to have that program because to have that program up and running. And now Joseph, as the manager of DBS Record, you see me as a fireman, I like to listen to this because I don't think you tell me I'm to hear from you.
Yes.
In spite of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Dominican, as I call my family party, other political parties don't have right to come and have a voice on DBS Radio.
Every political party has the right, and as I've said to people, that
based on what I was hearing, based on what I'm hearing is like you, Mr. Joseph, don't want no other party to have a voice on it.
That is ignorance.
That's why I'm talking, because you know my tongue is a fireman.
No, hold on. If someone is to say that is ignorance, I've said it several times before. People tend to, like when you pretend to be a bad man, and hold on, and you tell, and you're now going to face a guy and you tell the guy, well, you're bad, come and beat me now, and the guy turn his back and say, boy, I'll come back for you another day. It's like that. I see some people that they challenge you, and when you give them the authority or you give them the rights, they turn their back and go, and then they go back and say to people that you did not give them the opportunity. So every individual has a right to DBS Radio, and once they pay, because DBS Radio is not subsidized by central government. When central government itself does business with DBS, they have to pay, and they pay. And so I just wanted to make that be known that yes, everyone has the right to request. Every political party has the right to request, and there will be conditions. That's what's different in reference to liability. So people in the past, we have gotten ourselves in the problem having people coming on the radio station, make statement, and we are sued.
Thank you.
And by virtue of that, people have to take the liability to be able to come on DBS Radio, and if anything happens or has been said, that they should be able to sign a document to say that I am liable, and if someone is to take us to court, that they would be the one and not DBS Radio.
Mr. Joseph, I'm making this first time answer that question because I love what you explain. Because why? Just like the woman question the program, I just check I do a sentence, neither I don't make it no sense. But anyhow, what I tell you again, even when you have your right to say something, but you can't, I agree what you say. When you send whatsoever you say, you have to make sure you have your proof. And if it's something wrong, you're responsible for your action or whatsoever. And I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll tell you, even under my watch, I'll remember giving, I can tell you, I've brought in Joshua Francis to speak with me one-on-one. I remember when that was done, a statement that was made by him to me. It was said privately, but a particular statement was made to me by him. And that I find was very unfortunate based on his statement, why he shouldn't have come. I know that I've invited Mr. Linton a few times when he was leader of the opposition, especially during the budget period, to come and give his own side. One year you'll remember that he and Kamala Aaron jumped up this Aaron.
Yes, I remember that program.
Yes,
I remember that program.
Came in.
It's like you have to bring Russia, Iran, and Ukraine supposed to be there, but he got supposed to be there.
Right, and it did not go down very well. By virtue of the fact that the individual and the host had some banter among themselves. I've invited Mr. Linton myself to come on the program to have conversation, and it has not been forthcoming. Yes, they have written, and every time they've gotten a response from me, and the response is always yes, but you have to be liable in event. So some persons may want to come and maybe want to say certain things and not be taking the responsibility of being sued. They can record me saying that, and that's fine.
But you also had
Mr. Joseph,
yes. Wait a minute.
I don't think somebody was saying, boy. What I'm saying there, well, before you go, you see, that's why I asked you that question again, because I just hear programs, and I myself, I'm not a politician, but I'm a politician. This is my country. I have to vote when it's a certain program.
That's correct.
And I hear people saying certain things. That's why I say it right now, because right now it's your Uncle Trump. He just called me, then he listen and he loves that. Uncle Trump loves you. When you see me get inside, you're going to get something happening for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, my lord, great program. Keep the fire blazing. Hot topics and whatsoever. And talking point. Boy, you need to have that up and running. My lord, fireman, listen and give thanks for life. Bless up, my brother.
Thank you. Yes.
Right. Many persons, a radio station has to be carefully managed, in terms of what you say. Because it doesn't matter whether you're on a private radio station or a government-run radio station, there are rules and regulations, because those days people like to sue the radio station, and many persons have been sued on radio stations.
DBS has been sued. And then
I know
sued.
Kyrie had issues as well on Q95 in terms of things people say, and they do not want to take the liability for what they say. So yes, the radio station has its rules and regulation, and we have to be governed by them. Because even when I'm on Kyrie FM, we're told there's certain things we cannot do or say because the radio station do not want to have a lawsuit. So there is responsibility in the media, not only in the vocal media, but even in the print media.
Good evening to you, caller.
Hi, hello again. Let me tell you, Mr. Adams, what's the name of this baker? Okay, Boydie is on your right, and there's Swansea Dublin Club now.
Yes.
And he used to be at the back. Was it Errol?
Yeah, he live in Bath Estate.
Yeah,
That fella.
Is he deceased?
Anthony, no, he's alive.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony.
Yes, because he don't bake anymore.
He don't bake anymore, no.
This bakery, only Boydie.
Right, and there used to be another bakery at the back of where
Macaulin's
there.
Right, in that yard there.
They don't bake there anymore.
Operational either.
They don't bake there anymore.
Okay. But, all right, let me tell you, I like these bakeries, than the others are all machine. And in less than no time, the bread is still, to me, okay? But what thing is doing now, Adams, Moses, he has his car right at the corner,
River Street here, yeah.
And Great Church Street, right there. And his bread is nice. I like it.
Right, he's there from about 6:30 every morning. I do.
Yes, every morning, and when I'm going up to my place, he's right there. I like his bread. I like and the coconut cakes. I like it.
Good.
It reminds me of Charlie's own, but it is really good. I really like it. So what I'm saying, there's not much of these ovens anymore. Everything is electric, and the bread is not as nice, to be honest. I like the one, and Moses rolls his bread like a nice little penny bread, and so it reminds me of when I was growing up, So, and it tastes really good, I'll be honest. I'm not advertising for it, but it tastes really good, and he's at the corner of River Street and
Right.
Church Street.
Okay, thank you, caller.
Okay, I really like it. Okay, then.
One of the things about baking as well, since we're on that, is when you have to collect the wood.
In those days,
you have to go for your wood session.
Yeah.
You have to sweep your oven.
Yes.
You have to get the oven hot to a certain temperature. You have to make sure the oven is ready for baking, but you have to give it wood at the back.
Mm-hmm.
On the side where you have the, you see they go in at the back, they're putting wood at the back. So I don't know, it has to be a kind of wood too.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot be any and any wood, because if you put any and any wood, the smoke gets back into the oven, it makes the bread black. So there's always technique when you're baking. So, but I don't think that the young fellas are taking onto that business of baking.
I remember growing up, in Roseau, there were a number of bakeries. I know Steve Bakery up on the hill by the Catholic Church cemetery there.
Mm-hmm.
You had Steve right there. Then you had Wheelie on King George V Street. I'm trying to remember where else that you had one on River Street.
Mm-hmm.
That's Moses. But before Moses, there was somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think Ram Mother was there. I'm trying to remember the person's name.
Right.
But in Roseau, it's at Roseau Central. There are a few bakeries, and eventually we saw Raffles came in with his electrical ovens and changed the whole landscape.
And then we saw Eric's coming.
Yeah, well, Eric's was before.
Yes.
Eric's was before. We had he just passed. Jake's just passed.
He still have his bakery.
He still has his bakery around, So we had a few bakeries in
And we still have, I don't know whether he has an electric bakery, no, Suki, or
electrical, I think.
I don't know whether, for instance, the other bakeries that are existing now is basically electrical.
Ruben
is electrical.
Also Foxy in Yutong,
electrical.
Yeah. So they have gone the other way. And what I find, someone made the point, I'm not so sure if it's Vadu, that these people, when they do their baking, the bread has more lapats. You feel the lapats.
Yeah, you don't get the texture. You don't. Or you find those mastiff before. I find the mastiff used to have a special flavor, especially the Boboy mastiff.
The mastiff before they were more not flow. No? They had more
substance.
They had more substance. And I do not want to say a nicer taste, but they were. But the bakeries today, I mean, they are doing a fantastic job. The Rubens, the Foxys, I can tell you they're doing a fantastic job by not just baking their bread and having people to come and purchase by them. Mm-hmm. They now have their various outlets, and which is very, very good. And the standard that they have created, now you can leave work and come in and buy your cakes and buy your bread. It's really, really, really different from when
Would you encourage young boys to get into baking?
Oh yes, I would. There's a lot of money in that. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening.
My boy.
My boy.
Tell me some of the bakeries.
You bakeries now.
If you knew bakeries.
You knew bakeries now, that's
the man was a baker.
You was a baker.
Huh? You was street alone had free bakeries.
You baked now before? You used to bake now? You used to be in ovens now?
All of us little boy work in bakery, so you must work in bakery. Once you're from Rose, all of us say that chance to work in bakery. When you make the dough and the kakoti, you must have that. Dough and the kakoti, by Papi Sunday at the bakery, just in his Grove Street, there, the back of Copel.
Yes, that's true. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Papi Son,
on his Grove Street.
On his Grove Street, man, by the bank.
Right there.
Yes. I forget that bakery.
I forget that now. By Hasbro.
Yes.
Just opposite juices here.
Yes.
Why you forget that bakery?
I cannot understand.
And I used to go and get bread there.
Right in your lane.
I was in the hole.
In the hole there, man. Yeah, man. By
opposite,
right opposite, man.
Yeah, when I used to go to Rosa School.
After the cinema, you must get bread by Papi Son.
Papi Son, man. Go by Papi Son.
Yeah, but you had Mammy Lane on the other side there.
Oh, yeah.
In River Street. You had Mammy Lane. Then you had right down the end where Nasif have that wholesale there. Michael used to have a place there by Masami there.
Yes, but you know the bakeries, man.
There was another bakery there,
Mr. Know all the bakeries in Roseau, man.
What you mean now? River Street alone at free.
Oh, that fella had a bakery, that teacher, man, Atelier and them. Atelier.
Well, that is Mammy Lane Bakery, my boy.
Right, where they used to make the pies. Richard's Bakery, man.
Atelier Richards, Mammy Lane and Mr. Millen.
That's right, brother.
So you had 3 bakeries on River Street, not just one.
Yes.
Come on, I there with you.
Thank you, man. You see what we do? We open a bakery business.
Boy, man, it's telling us the number of bakeries
that day in Roseau, boy.
Directly in Roseau.
Right.
It's important that, we actually acknowledge these people.
Right. But you forget one of the bakeries, but we wouldn't call names, where there was so much competition. Somebody go in an old, dirty manner, say the man doing certain things and almost kill him and bakery,
The man just passed and they were 2 weeks ago, we can say.
But they put a lash on Mr. Boy.
Yes.
About the bakery, boy. Fellas get afraid to eat that bread,
Good evening. Good evening, caller. Good evening. Good evening to you, caller. Please lower the volume of your device and listen to us, please. Say it once. Say it twice. Seen it 3 times. Thank you. Call back.
Yeah.
Good evening to you, caller.
Adams.
Yes, madam.
Chicago have a very good memory because I was going to say Mammy Lee right on River Street there. Okay, but Adam,
yes,
let's not go there.
No, I'm not going there, but part of the culture in the Lakou, you know, all the craving, man. All the craving.
Let's man, we don't can do it bad way.
Bad. When man making money, all you like to come and
all you like to
voltage them.
All you couldn't make that. I could say,
Madam, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Don't touch that.
Thank you.
Yes. You know the thing about it in Dominica, if you making a house or something, a fella see you there, look at who you running, you know. You making you the mash up.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening. Cecil, I was saying the bread of today is too much in a rice. They're not nice. We getting a better mastiff in the Bronx by Cholo. Cholo makes a mastiff.
You're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that advertisement. Go ahead, make your point.
Yes, nowadays the mastiff in New York, but in the Bronx, Cholo making a mastiff. And when you eat that, you don't need nothing, no cheese, no butter, nothing in that. When I go
America, you know that.
You know that.
Yeah. And when school children put your business outside, anytime school children start to spread rumors, you go down. So school children spread rumors about the man bread ready dead water, and that's where it died. Anytime school children spread rumors on you, you know you're dead. So that's what that kill the man business. School children say so. Never call them so like that.
Okay,
one school that volume, you know you're there.
All right.
But nowadays, they need to have maybe one or two people making some wooden bakery in Dominica. The mastiff, not even mastiff, that flow. Come to you, la patalo, no taste. You put in butter, it's still not nice. Forget when you get a good mastiff and you put a little red butter in that. Come on, man.
Come on. Anyway, Cecil boy. Let me say enjoy the programs tonight on the bakery. I know we could go on and on in terms of the culture of the bakeries and the new type of bakeries that's emerging, but it's always good, Cecil, that you have a little baking at your home, and I would encourage both men and women to do their little home baking. Very often people like to just go to the bakery and buy a bread, when you sometimes can make your own local bread in the way you like it. So you make your mastiff in your special way. So I would like to end there. It was a pleasure being here with you tonight, Cecil, and our guest who was here early on talking about our bakeries and the culinary arts. So I would like to just say that. And one of the things that we must do when we have our little technical and vocational programs that we're having now, baking should be part of that. We need to teach the young people how to bake.
Yes.
How to make your bread.
Yes.
You know another thing we can do?
You ever ate toast bread?
Oh, it's a nice bread. Oh, toast at the back there.
Yes.
And you ever ate bread they made out of
before you continue, let's go to telephone quickly. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Cecil.
Yes.
This is Dave Totes. You don't talk about Dave Totes. You don't talk about the Jacquerie Totes used to make on the blog.
I just mentioned Totes.
Totes, man.
You're calling.
I don't hear that.
No, because you're maybe on the call. Maybe you're calling. Yeah. No. Tell us about the bread that you all used to make. I know that you used to make quite a lot of bread.
Brown bread. I was a brown bread specialist. That's to spread the brown bread and the Jacquerie. You don't remember the Jacquerie?
I don't remember the Totes Jacquerie. Now, come on, man. Dave. How I don't remember Totes Jacquerie? I must remember that. Huh? No. Tell us, Dave. At that time, when you baking bread, at what time of the morning you had to get up to start baking?
Boy, my father used to get up 4:00 every morning, go down there, and there's a kind of bread they used to call the lelvin. You put the yeast and the thing to soak in the flour and give it a first beating and let it settle. And then after about an hour, come back and mix it up and things. They used to call that the lelvin. The man don't know about that. All the man are talking about bread and bakery there.
Right. and one of the beautiful things, you know.
Hold on. And what else you want to say?
Huh?
What else you want to?
No, I was just saying. At least you should big up them old bakers that passed away. That like Toast.
Well, big them up. Take the opportunity.
Well, take the opportunity because we did that. We called something, but we don't remember everybody.
Call the old bakers.
So tell us who they are.
And Masset, the guy that started by Masset, Peter, he was stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
And Lennox, you remember Lennox?
Well, Lennox. That's why I said Lennox. Anthony, Sheehan's father.
Exactly,
we did mention his name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and I don't know if you remember Majon Laron.
Yes.
They had a bakery by the Wilson supermarket.
John, yes, that's right.
Yeah, Ballheads.
Yeah, how did you forget Ballheads? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Those are the
Mr. Willie.
Mr. Willie.
Willie started the Jackery. Willie had the best Jackery in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And the Massive, because I hear some people saying about Massive that they had no taste. Toast Massive was one of the top of the line.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know? So just, respect for the program and everything.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Wish you the best.
Michael, just listening to you.
And let me tell you before you go, do you know a woman's heart is for baking?
Is that true, Dave?
I throw that on Dave. I throw that on Dave.
Thank you very much, Dave. Yeah. All right, Dave.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, big up and continue to do the program. It's good.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
all right.
man.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Yeah. Final words, sis?
Well, we'll continue another day. I know that you have to leave.
Yeah.
So what I'll be doing, I'll just be playing some music and stay in the background for the time being.
Okay.
All right.
Well, boy, it was a pleasure being with you, Cecil. I did enjoy the program, and tribute to all the bakers who've passed on and all those bakers now who in the vineyard keeping the public alive with their delicious bread. Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Swear that girl will be the only one for me, the one that makes my life complete. Yeah. And when I find that girl, I hold her down. I swear that girl, she'll be the one that conquers me. My love will take control of me. Yeah. Would you be at one of my shows? It's almost like I'll never know. No. Would you be in front of my face? Yeah. Good love, something that I wanna embrace. Yeah. I got a king size bed, but no queen to share it with me. Saying that I wanna know your name right now. Find that girl, I like her down. I swear that girl will be the only one for me, the one that makes my life complete. Yeah, and when I find that girl, I hold her down. I swear that girl, she'll be the one that conquers me. My love will take control of me. Yeah, could it be my next door neighbor? I keep me on my best behavior. Yeah. Could it be my closest friend?